Atlanta, chat. We need to have a conversation. Listen, I'm not worried about losing one game. I am worried about how you lose that one game. You had Indiana at home. You had a 10-point lead. You had multiple opportunities to win that game in regulation. And with home court advantage and playoff positioning sitting right there in front of you for the taking, you couldn't close. So listen, I'm not about to sit here and jump off the cliff and call Atlanta frauds or fool's gold. You know how we do over here. But I am asking questions I wasn't quite asking a few weeks ago. It was all good just a week ago. Listen, do y'all think Atlanta is better this year? Meaning, will they perform better this year in the playoffs? Because that's what it's about. Regular season don't matter. It's all about the playoffs. Performing better means getting out of the first round. Are we looking at a real first round bust here? Is Atlanta being exposed right in front of us? Did we put the cart before the horse? Did we fall in love with the fairy tale story of Angel in Atlanta? Boy, I don't know. Y'all tell me something. Man, pull up to the table. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Welcome back to Her Core, Her Rules. Y'all already know what time it is. If you new here, if you true here, man, it's the realest women's basketball breakdown on the net and the only place where hoops meet higher perspective, man. Go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, man, because we gotta have a hard conversation tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. We love them dearly. We love them down. Okay, this the reunion. I don't know if y'all knew that. Welcome back. Pull up. I got a table. I got a seat at the picnic table for everybody. Just go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. Get into the live chat, man. Shout out to y'all for being on time and punctual. Come on now. What's up? I'm going to start with the comments before the show even started, okay? Shout out to Mrs. Brenda Nay, man, one of my members here. Always got to give a member salute, peace, and freedom to each and everybody pulling up to the live. Listen. This ain't my words. This is what the people saying. I don't trust the Dream to even get past the first round. I ain't saying she did. I hope they make me eat my words, but they are just too good to be so undisciplined. Angel misliked her first 6 shots, which were all layups. I'm going to keep it going. Like, be for real. Point blank layups, that is a problem. And stop taking threes. She needs to master that layup, then that midi, then work on threes in the off season. Ooh. Okay, get right to it. Entire team is going to be embarrassing, but much needed to learn from all the mistakes from everyone. Hell, coaches including Coach Smesko, Coach Carl, right to the front, buddy. Starting with you. The confusion of this offense, we got to look at Carl. Carl is confused. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. I was in my own chat early, pissed off. I swear I want to pull out my locks every single time Angel, or Dear Angel, we love her down, blows a layup, drives me nuts. Then Ryan taking threes at the end of the game when the game is tied 81. You airballing threes. What? Okay. All right. Let me get to the rest of the people. Shout out to y'all. Farrell, welcome back. Peace and freedom. The Dream can close in the clutch against good teams. ATL in some trouble. Keep it going. Look, I'm not worried about the last night's results. Welcome back, Chicago Cheetah. Really, any team that's in the playoffs has a chance of winning in the finals. Hello. The Dream, without their point guard, that was one of the few close games they had lost. They have a really good record in close games. Them and Portland are actually tied in close games. Okay, come on with the facts. Let's go. I love the facts. And I love when y'all bring information to the chat. We can talk about feelings and how we, emotions and react and all that. But, when you bring good information, good data, that makes for a great conversation. Shout out to y'all. If Atlanta Dream don't have home court advantage, they're not making it out the first round, period. They should have won that game. Is concerning, yes, but they didn't have their point guard and they didn't have their center, so they weren't exactly healthy, and they haven't been healthy at any point thus far this season. Now, while I agree they had multiple opportunities in the game, like last night is really a toss up because both teams have proven, and this goes back to even last year, they can win against each other. That's true. The dream been exposed long time ago. Cry face, cry face. Now here's the thing: the dream have had an up and down season. So to the dream fans, to all the dream fans across the world, I know y'all stressed. Here, I'm an Aces fan, as y'all can see, but listen, I'm a Cavs fan, so I know a lot about being stressed behind your team. Y'all just woo side out. It'll be all right. Okay, 10 more games left in this season. They got to close out strong. That's what it's about. What's up? Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Peace and freedom. Shout out to Chicago Cheetah. Y'all peep the chat. Peep the chat is already active. Shout out to y'all. Robert, Angel can't play basketball. Here we go. Already early. Every game is a battle, but again, I'm not worried about the dream. There's a schedule. Their schedule, is pretty good for a team that don't have a center in their point guard right now. Correct. I would agree. They should have closed the deal last night. Disappointed about it, but this loss, it will help this team get to where they need to be. Maybe the second round. I don't know about a championship. Love that. I don't know about a championship because I don't either. Interesting. Again, shout out to y'all, man. We about to get into this episode. Again, while y'all here, make sure y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe. Again, if y'all new here, if y'all true here, it's always love in the chat. It's always love in the chat. And y'all know the chat is the co-host. So how this conversation go is based on y'all energy and what y'all put into the chat. So I appreciate y'all early and out the gate. Let's get into it, man. What happened to Atlanta? And y'all forgive me, I got a new camera, right? I'm trying to upgrade the set and do things right, so when y'all support and become members, it just adds to a better production overall. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all tonight. So forgive me for my camera. It might be doing the whoop today, but y'all just rock with me. Okay, so what happened to Atlanta? A concerning loss. Again, we kind of laid out early in the intro about some of the pros of the game, kind of what they had. Again, they led by 10 late in the third quarter. They lost 95-91 in overtime. They blew a chance to secure a season series tiebreaker. I think that's the underline for me. Let's circle that. I try to highlight the things that matter to me, and hopefully they matter to you too. But even if they don't, let's just circle that. They blew a chance to secure a season series tiebreaker. And if y'all are kind of in the framework that I am in, when two teams are 4 and 5 in the standings, I got the standings pulled right up. Hold on. Let me pull that. I'm just going to stop. Oh, I thought I had it up. Hold on. I do. Don't worry about it. Listen, when a team is 4 and 5 in the standings, odds are a tiebreaker gonna come in handy, y'all. 4 and 5 in the standings, that tiebreaker gonna really come in handy, y'all. Okay? You needed to win that one. That was a must win. That is game 3, first round. Okay? That is a must win game. You need that advantage. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them in the buttocks. We're going to find out here. Let's get back to the chat. Let me show y'all some respect. They were missing JC. They need a backup point guard desperately. We love Tahina Pow. But Tahina, sweetheart, she's been injured too. So she's Miss Unreliable as well this season, right? I thought that, when Tanaya Latson became available, I thought that, that would have been a phenomenal pickup for them. And no, you know what? My greedy aces just went and got Tanaya Latson too. But, she's not going to get much play time, or if any at all in the playoffs. That's just a name, you know what I mean, for right now. But that's beside the point. So to your point, yes, they do need a backup point guard and one that has a complementary style to Jordan Canada, meaning that her speed, that team is so accustomed with playing with her mobility on the court, agility on the court. You would need somebody that can keep up that pace. Similar to Indiana last year when Caitlin went down and they got Airy, right? Ari McDonald, right? We love Ari, right? Love her down as well. That being said, Ari played the same high tempo, kind of like I want to run gun type of game that Caitlin plays. Yeah, she can operate in a half court, yes, but that fast break, that full court, giving her space and opportunity where she can completely be in her whole entire bag. Yeah, that's what they need. Yeah, I am disappointed in that loss last night, but not surprised. I don't think they have a problem closing games. I think last night was a execution problem. They've got to look lock back in. I'm sorry. I want to see how they do on this road trip. I don't think home court advantage is out of the picture yet, but they're running out of time to get there. And I will admit, if they don't have it, I don't think they advance to the second round if they don't have home court advantage, frankly. Let's get excuse me. Shout out to one of my members for 3 months. One of my members for 3 months. Tessa Love, welcome back to Her Core, Her Rules. Peace and freedom to you. Do what she said. Smart minds think alike. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share on your way in, on your way out. We'll appreciate y'all. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and y'all, we gonna get there. I'm trying to tell y'all, we gonna get there. And when we do, we're gonna have a party. Mrs. Brenda. Okay, and if they beat my aces but couldn't handle business with the fever, I'm gonna be mad all over again. I will be pissed. And our aces, okay, they bump their heads against the Lynx as well. So they can't take 2 L's and 2 bumps, big pinks in a row. That's not gonna work out for the aces. So they're gonna have to tighten up quickly. Good evening. Shout out to Furious ATL Hoops. Peace and freedom to you. Welcome back. Everyone very disappointed. We're all disappointed. And the way the team performed in this fourth quarter, make no mistake about it. This is not a basketball team currently that can get out of the first round. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm not y'all. One would think on the way in, oh, nah, she about to pour gasoline all over this. She about to flame this thing up about them. It ain't just me, y'all. The people are speaking their mind tonight. Furious ATL Hoops. What that name sound like? ATL fan to me. But you can't help but to keep it a bean with things like this. You really can't help. The dream let Kelsey Mitchell go off, got destroyed in the paint. And here's the thing. Let's pull the game up. Hold on. So first and foremost, let me put this box score up. Here's the thing. Kelsey really didn't go off. Like, she had timely buckets. Absolutely. But the goings of the off didn't really happen. She only had, only is saying a little, but not a lot, right? A little and a lot. She only had 20 points. Now, for Kelsey Mitchell, a person who's been, how many games she done had 20 points? 15 plus games now, right? So, this is light work now. So, going off is like 28. But again, I'm not taking nothing from her. Who went off is Timpson. We're gonna talk about it too. We're gonna talk about the contribution and how loaded it was. The bench ain't really giving them nothing, but the bench don't really ever give them nothing. You feel me? Sometimes Sophie Cunningham might have herself a night. Oh, I had y'all on the wrong screen the whole time. Look at that ghetto. Sometimes Sophie Cunningham might have herself a night, but that wasn't last night. She played 32 minutes, had 3 hot points. Only shot 3 hot shots. Yeah, so, shout out to the Jewels. Shout out to the Jewels. Hold on for being my first. I ain't never had no Jewels before. I ain't even know I could get those. Appreciate you, Tessa Love. 10 Jewels. I'm gonna get me a little soundboard and I'm gonna make a little sound effect every time I get a Jewel. It's gonna sound like The Price is Right. Trying to tell y'all I'm that old. Okay, back to it. Furious. Remember the last time we were on the West Coast? Oh Lord, that wasn't a good time against Golden State. Not a good one. We didn't win a single game, and I'm hoping that's not the outcome this time around. I don't think it will be, but how do they respond? See, your response matter. Again, it ain't the loss that I'm tripping about. Players lose, you know what I'm saying? Players F up all the time. It is what it is. This is basketball. We're not looking at, you're not gonna, it's only one Lynx this year, right? And even they are flawed, right? It's only one Aces, and even they are flawed. You're not gonna sweep the board. This ain't college. This is the WNBA. These are grown women with grown women strength. That being said, you're gonna take some of these L's, and you better take it like a G. Take it on the chin. You feel me? The dream, the bounce back. It has to be present. It has to change the energy in the locker room, how y'all respond. But then how you lost this game may dictate your response. It can only be two ways. Either you show up and do your job, or you fumble the bag and miss a golden opportunity. What's the opportunity, Naj? For first and foremost, it's the Aces. Let's go to the dream schedule, because they didn't have a favorable schedule this year, and I think they got done wrong. But it is what it is. You know. You see my Cavs schedule this year? It's awful. They hate us, but guess what? It is what it is. You can't worry about the cards you've been dealt. You just worry about how you play them. Hello? Let's pull up this schedule. Boom. Aces on tomorrow. Oh, at 9 o'clock. First and foremost, why they want us to stay up this late? I mean, I guess 9 o'clock ain't that late. But when the game wrap up, it's going to be 11. We got to get up early. I'm an early riser. Pray for me. ESPN, that's going to be a good one. We know that. We're pulling up with our popcorn. We're going to be completely locked in. Then they have LA. Yeah, on the schedule, it might look like you put a dub right there, but LA actually has been playing pretty competitive basketball and only have been losing late in the fourth because they can't close for real. Right? And then they just don't have the wherewithal to understand who to get the ball to late in the game. If it ain't in Necka's hands, it need to be in Ray Burrell's hands. Period. Point blank. Them your two best options. So moving forward, this ain't a LA Sparks episode today. Then you got Phoenix. I mean, you got Kelsey Plum over there. That game could go either way. Like Phoenix feel like they playing for something. They not for real. But they feel like it though. So okay, let them feel like that. Then you got LA again. These are winnable games. So can we put a W in a question mark? W in a question mark? W in a question mark? Winnable. W in a question mark? Winnable game. I mean, this Portland game might be a little fight considering history. Because didn't Atlanta blow Portland out the last game? So Portland might want that little lick back if my memory serves me correct. We'll see. But winnable game. So that's 4 winnable games in a row. But that's coming off. It's gonna be coming off 2 incredibly difficult games between Fever. That's always a dogfight. We talk about it all the time. Fever, they might play around with other teams, but they tend to not play around with Atlanta, especially considering Atlanta beat them in that weekend, right? That weekend slugfest between Indiana and Atlanta back to back. Atlanta took that. So, but Indiana took the first one, right? So we really needed this. But again, shout out to Indiana. Y'all know I don't be fooling with them. I don't watch that team for real. But I will watch them against certain teams, and that's only the Aces in Atlanta. And I didn't even watch the game wholly. I tapped in, tapped out. But I did watch the highlights wholly and a whole lot of clips. So I won't sound foolish today before y'all, because that's crazy. I hate when people do that. Let's go to the comments. The Dream don't have a pecking order versus the Fever of who they know, who they need to go to. I think that's their problem against most teams, to be honest. Timpson was huge for the Fever. She is developing right before our eyes. Absolutely. And shout out to Stephanie White for finally understanding what the people have been saying. Why you playing Billings so many minutes? First and foremost, I know on paper it might look like Billings is your starter. She is not. She's not on this team. Not on this team. She was a perfect fit in Golden State, but not on this team. Not on this team. Not on this team. She was a great fit in Atlanta for real. But this ain't the team for her. Not to play the minutes that she was playing to start the season. And thank goodness, finally there's adjustment, because Timpson, the way she plays, is a perfect fit for Caitlyn, which is a perfect fit for AB, which is a perfect fit for Kelsey. It just made sense. And it made sense a long time ago. But sometimes it be for the coaches are just around the world, right? Not just in the W, but like for the coaches, any of your favorite other teams in the NBA or in college, you be looking at the coach sometime like, dog, it's right there. Flip the page. It's right there. Like, what we doing? And it just be going right over their head. I don't get it. And I guess I won't. The Sparks, from my understanding, did beat the top seeded Minnesota not that long ago, and they almost beat us the first round. Hello. The Sparks, now again, the Sparks don't have Kelsey right now. Trade. So that team does look different. And let's say a miracle happened and they wound up being the 8th seed. That team would get swept. And we know that. We know that without a doubt. However, I feel like the trade has made them play more inspired basketball. But even prior to that, they've always had moments. And I've always felt like, is it a coaching issue? Which is the biggest problem, because y'all got too many gunners over here, too many killers over here. First and foremost, who told y'all to trade Rakia? That was dumb. That didn't even make no sense. So I was just like, okay, between management and maybe between Lynn Roberts, her confusion. I don't know. She don't look as solid as a rock over there either, right? It's giving a little flimsy. I don't know. I can't judge because I ain't in her seat. But at the same time, I'll be like, it's right there. Go to Ray Burrell, let her cook. Close your eyes and think Ray Burrell is Rakia Jackson. And you be like, oh, damn, she got game. Because she got game. But you got to, Lynn, I don't know. Bless her. Bless her is what my grandmother would say. Bless her. At the end of regulation, video shows that Boston had her arm around Angel waist. They could have challenged that play. If so, why didn't they challenge that play? I don't think they can challenge a play that wasn't stopped, like a call. So there was no call there. So there's nothing technically to challenge. But see, here's the problem that I have with the rules. Because again, that's why I said, and I keep saying, and I will keep saying, that the WNBA, because the lack of understanding of the refs and what their job should be, it's like the refs don't have clarity on what they're doing. I think that the coaches should have an opportunity where they have like an extra challenge, and this ain't your typical challenge. This is you forcing a stoppage of play so they can do the very thing that you're saying, Real Rock. Shout out to you, Peace and Freedom. Yeah, you missed that right there. I need for you to stop the play and go take a look at that. Take a look at what? Go take a look at it, and I'm telling you, you're gonna see what I'm trying to tell you. You should have saw. So they can't technically review anything that the refs didn't call, but I think that's a big problem. I think that's a missed opportunity. But the WNBA has a ton of missed opportunities. You can really be as futuristic in this game as you want, because why not? In respect to Russell Westbrook, happy retirement, bro. Because why not? You have no competition. You do, but you don't. You do, but you don't. All of these players can sign up for Unrivaled, but Unrivaled is in a class of its own, just like the WNBA. The only thing the WNBA can do is hold its own self back, which they've been doing pretty good at that. But hopefully, they continue to make progress, and they have. They have. Last time they played at Portland, blow out the dream in Atlanta. They should be able to go minimum 3-1. I don't think they will win tomorrow night against the defending champs, but you never know. Again, yeah. So that 4-game winnable game stretch, Atlanta should be able to, at best 3-1, because I don't think they'll sweep. But again, Atlanta has had win streaks before. They practically started the season on one. Then they had a little stride in the middle of the season, right? Like right before the All-Star break, right? Wait, why am I guessing? I'm looking at it. Hold on. Because why I can't stand when I do stuff like that. When it's right there. Okay, so boom. To start the season, I say I knew I wasn't making this up. To start the season, they had, looking like Christmas tree, green, green, red, green, green, red, green, green, red, green, green, red. Okay, boom. Then in June, they had this cute little 4-game, boom. And then they followed that 4-game win streak with this 5-game losing streak. And that's that West Coast trip you was talking about, right? Loss, loss, loss. Washington winning West Coast definitely should have won that. But I guess lethargic loss. And then boom, you get your revenge on Seattle. Boom, you lose to Portland. Okay, lost by 10. And then you go on this win streak. Boom, boom, boom. Very, very impressive. You have maybe, one bad team in this little stretch. Chicago ain't never bad when they playing up against Angel. Duh, we know that. So one bad team technically in this stretch, maybe, one in a possible. Shout out to Space players all around the world. Okay. And then as of late, it's just been the same inconsistency we saw at the very top of the season. So, who's to say? Who's to say? But they got some work to do. I got a question for y'all. How about this? Question for y'all. Now, when we watch the game, do y'all think Indiana just were a better team on Sunday? Because I'm seeing a lot of the basketball community have, it's kind of split. It's kind of like, Atlanta did miss some opportunities. They did potentially choke a game away. But Indiana played better basketball. They had more people show up to the party. They had 4 individuals that had 18 or more. 4. Right? What did Atlanta contribute individually? How were they shooting individually? So I need for y'all to let me know. What side of the aisle are y'all on? Okay, because I know the poll that's in the chat, and you can be on the will they get out of the first round or not. You could be on the yes side. Yeah, they gotta tighten up. The no side, not the way they've been playing. Or you could be on the fence, right? Ride in the middle a little bit. This ain't one of them questions that you can be in the middle. Okay? You gotta choose a side. Either Indiana played better and they just simply outplayed Atlanta and they refuse to fold on themselves, or Atlanta downgraded literally. They shifted live in the middle of the game and fumbled multiple times. I need to understand y'all perspective, because how I see it, I don't think Indiana played better. I think Indiana had opportunities that they fumbled, and Atlanta had opportunities that they fumbled. What's the saying? Whoever fumble last, fumble first, fumble something. You know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm trying to get to. I think Atlanta fumbled at the wrong time. Y'all know, y'all watch football. I happen to also be, a sad little Browns fan too, but really a Ohio State Buckeyes fan, right? And y'all know we had a young man. Y'all know Ezekiel. Y'all know him, right? He was a hell of a running back. But boy, y'all Cowboys fan know him too. Probably hate him. He sure knew how to fumble the bag. Doesn't matter how many people you carry to the 5-yard line if you fumble when you get there. Doesn't matter how well you executed in the first 3 quarters if you fumbled in the 4th. You can't close out. You fumble Ryan Howard before the miss put back with Angel. I don't like that either, Lord knows. I hate a missed layup, especially when we didn't already seen a couple of them in this game now. Right? But that's another subject. You lead by example, Ryan Howard. You are the veteran. Right now on the court right now, y'all right. There was no Jordan Canada. There was no Bree Jones. But there was Ryan Howard, who had that ball in her hands when the score was tied 81-81. And what did she do? Take a bad 3-point shot attempt and airball it. Didn't. Now, here's the thing. If Angel wasn't such a great rebounder. We ain't talking about a good rebounder no more. No. Angel has already upped y'all on the rebound. It's been long from it was good her rookie year. It's great now. Shall we even say an excellent? If she wasn't such an excellent rebounder, she wouldn't even got that. She would not even got that. Wouldn't even had the opportunity to put it back. You see my camera doing all the. I told y'all my camera gonna be doing the whoop-de-whoop today. I gotta figure it out. I just unboxed it. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. But as long as I'm crispy, we all right. Shout out to y'all. Listen, Ryan gotta be better in the clutch. So now we got to figure out when we're talking about this team and we're talking about the people who are leading this team in Ryan and Alicia Gray. We can't really bring Alicia Gray up. She did what she was supposed to do. She did her job. We always talk about how Ryan sometimes don't be doing her job. It's like she forget. I have a saying all the time. Y'all know me. I have a saying all the time. People be just absent-minded. You got to keep telling 51st dates. Okay, so you 51st dates in the fourth quarter, I see. You forget everything. You start all the way back over. You go way back to Duke. Okay. Duke, sophomore year. You forgot. You forgot all the other things you've learned. You forgot how to read it. You got time on the clock. Boy, I am. Hold on. Let's get to these comments. Minnesota, my goodness, the second time around. So I'm hoping we can get Minnesota the third time around so we can still have that winning record against Minnesota for the second straight season. We're going to see the Fever game versus Aces are always good. Always. Y'all know I was brokenhearted. My Aces lost a terrible game to the Lynx. Terrible game. Terrible loss. I watched my team light them up in the first half and look goofy. Again, 51st dates in the second half. Could not buy a bucket. I'm like, dang, what did y'all do in that locker room in the halftime? Did somebody fart? Like, did somebody just mess up the whole energy? Like, what happened? Can't make nothing? They were shooting 50%. Both teams shooting 50% first half. Now can't nobody. Stressed. People have been tired of Billings. She been cooked. See, I ain't saying it. Shout out to you. You got the Aces emoji again. All my members, y'all can unlock exclusive custom emojis just for y'all being in the chat. Shout out to y'all. So we got an Aces emoji, we got a Dallas wings up emoji, and we have an Atlanta Dream and her core her rules emoji. So shout out to y'all. I thought they been outplayed the Dream. I think both teams matched up pretty well, and it could go either way on any given Sunday. You're right. But here's the thing about the W. I feel like it's like that with a lot of teams, though. For real. I don't feel like nobody's safe. Again, even my Aces. How many people didn't clip them? The Phoenix blew him out. Dallas. You feel me? Like, it is too many teams that can beat too many teams for me to say that anybody is safe. Nah, anybody can get got. I just pray it ain't my team. I ain't hold you. I just bank on my big three showing up. I just bank on it. You know what I'm saying? I can't bank on Atlanta's big three. You might get, again, a big two when possible. We know Angel going to show up. But sometimes Angel might not show up efficiently, right? It's not that she had 15 and 12, 15 and 14 or something in that game. That sounds amazing. However, when you don't shoot efficiently, that 15, let me go back to her stats. Hold on, because I didn't even look at Atlanta stats. Here we go. 5 and 16. Come on now. 5 and 16. See, when you shoot like that, I can't trust you. Like, I can't. There's 15 points. I mean, it matters for real, because to shout out to her, she tends to capitalize on the free throw line. So great job. Not taking nothing from her. Great job. I mean, excellent rebounder, right? Great defender. There were some opportunities that were left on the table, especially in the pick and roll, where I feel like the people didn't really cover Angel. Again, I be trying to really figure out, like, when she's selling it all out, when she laying it all out to take your guard switch, how you helping her out? Is you getting your butt down to the block? and helping box out a big? Is you helping? She can attempt to recover you, but why would she bust her butt on the 3-point line, playing defense from the 3-point line to that second block area? Then for her to dish it off to a big, or for the guard to take a little winky dink little shot, and then for her to bust her butt to get back in rebound position when all you had to do was take the switch and box out her man. You feel me? And I feel like it don't be enough, assistance when she coming out on your pick and roll. That's your pick and roll. Get over the pick. Get over the screen. If we take the switch, help me out, dog. But that's one of the problems. That's why Timpson can have a phenomenal game. Let's go back to Timpson, okay? 9 for 13, 7 rebounds. 5 offensive rebounds. So now whose problem is that? That's a guard problem, actually. Because I bet you if I went back to review film, I bet you the bulk of these rebounds, at least 3 out of the 5 of these offensive rebounds came from when Angel switched out on that guard, and that guard didn't assist in boxing out that big. I swear for a slice of cheese. I thought Atlanta took their foot off the gas and they gave the game away. Like literally. Hello. Welcome back, Truth Teller. Peace and freedom to you. Happy Monday, man. I knew once that game was not won in regulation 8 by Atlanta, they would lose in overtime. They didn't have the momentum, and they looked like they were playing all rushed and scared looking. And that's partly because why? They don't have an anchor on offense that's directing them, that's providing them the confidence, that's getting them in the right positions, that's creating when all things seem to go awry. They don't have Jordan Canada. And I'm not necessarily factoring in the absence of Bree Jones. I'm not. Why? Because Bree Jones been absent all season. So I'm not going to say that her absence here played a role. What happened though is that if I go back to these hold on, let me go back to these. Here we go. What happened here though? First of all, I wouldn't be playing charade. Not gonna hold you, but I'm gonna just keep it all funky right here. Okai in this game should have had way more than 18 minutes. Hello, do anybody agree? 18 minutes, and I bet you the bulk of these minutes. If I went to her, I wonder. I would have to go to like Basketball Reference something, which I'm not doing. But I would like to see how many minutes she played per quarter, because that be the biggest problem. Look at her contribution. In 18 minutes, Okot gave you 8 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 block. And y'all, but Carl, it's right there, Carl. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 8.7 rebounds. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. Okay. Naz Hillman. Okay. Let me see what she did. What Naz Hillman do? 33 minutes. 6 raggedy points in 33 minutes. Hello. 3 for 10. Now, first and foremost, Naz Hillman normally starts the game off taking threes, right? And again, these are rotation swing pass threes. So these are pick and pop threes. So for the most part, these are smart shots. But here's the thing. Your first few shots, especially being a power forward-ish, your first few shots shouldn't be threes. We got to get back, but that's Carl's mindset. 3 or lay. Okay, so draw her up a layup then. Draw her up something where she gets 2 feet in the paint, taking the floater, or at least get into the free throw line. How many free throw attempts did Miss Naz Hillman have? 0. Now, could part of that be relying on the jump shot? Yes, but that is also Carl's game by design. It's only a few people that attack the basket. Everything else is perimeter focused. But scratch that. Atlanta's kryptonite right now is Carl Semesco's offense. That's their problem. That's their problem. That's why Ryan feels so comfortable in taking a three when the game is tied 81-81 in the fourth quarter, and you can close out this game by going to the free throw line. That's why she feels so comfortable in taking the worst possible shot you can take. You don't need a three. You don't even need a two for real. You need 1 point and great defense. And I will always bank on defense closing out a game when you got somebody like Angel Reese on your team who should be neck and neck with Asia for DPOY. I'm talking about neck and neck. Usually, like last year, they just really disrespected us by giving Alana Smith part of Asia's trophy. That's great. That's just the most ghetto thing I've ever seen. If it's not shared this year with Angel and Asia, I ain't mad if Angel get it. I'm not mad. Hell, that means Asia gonna get it next year, or that means Asia for sure is gonna get that MVP. She ain't losing out on both of them. Now we know that for a fact. So, that being said, the offense in the fourth quarter is a big reason why they lost the sets. It was just a free for all. It was no consistency. It was no nothing. No nothing. Just figure out what you're gonna do. So I'm a Fever fan. Welcome to the chat. Shout out to you. Welcome to Her Core, Her Rules. Ron McBride. Peace and freedom. So I'm a Fever fan, but reasonable. Imagine how difficult it is playing the game against the Fever. Think about it. Most games are home games in a smaller arena. In the big house is 50. I mean, we talk about that a lot. We talk about the power of Indiana's crowd, of their offense. Their crowd, their fan base travels. They don't just stay in Indiana. Where y'all go, we go. We pull up. Well, now they pulling up for a reason. I mean, they ain't here for everybody. But that's okay. Hey, whatever. Listen, when we win, she win. When she win, we win. Hello, we all locked in. So yes, home court advantage definitely matters. And for a Fever team, it matters, yes, but I don't think it matters as much for other teams because again, their fan base does travel. And they can be on your home court and you be like, damn, was we at home? Well, you was till the Fever got here. Now y'all got a code. Angel be exhausted playing so hard on defense and rebounding. Now, shout out to Smell W32. Shout out to you. Peace and freedom. You're absolutely right. Now I see, I've kind of been saying that as well, as far as like she's really just overworked. So I do have a lot of grace in my heart. I really do, for her missed attempts, especially when they bunnies. I mean, your legs get out. I mean, she literally all over the place. Again, and that's a part of the problem when we talk about when the guards are supposed to be covering for the bigs. First of all, she's overworking on a lot of these pick and rolls because the guards give up their job too easy and they just relinquish the pick to a pass off, which is kind of unacceptable. Yes, you have a big that can pretty much guard all 5 positions. From a big standpoint, it's like Draymond. Y'all realize that, like, Angel was like Draymond, almost down to the T, except for she ain't you feel me? So that being said, defensively, yeah, you can kind of take advantage of that. Yeah, Draymond can lock down your point guard. Well, maybe not 2026 Draymond, but like 2016 Draymond was a problem. He's guarding everybody. Even the best defenders of our past, like let's say Ben Wallace, or let's say on the women's side, like Tina Thompson, they're not guarding all 5 positions, but Angel is. And she can guard them not just on the switch, she can guard them. That takes a toll on your legs. On your conditioning can be up there, and the body work, right? It ain't just she running and chasing people down, blah blah blah, but she's a physical player, and people return physicality with physicality. So she giving them and she receiving them. Now we know that for a Snapple fact. So that being said, what happens? It can cause you to become even more fatigued. And this ain't 2K. You ain't got that Gatorade pack, right? You ain't got that little booster. This is real life. You can't just boost it up. Okay. So that being said, conditioning matters. And I think off season, I think it will best serve some players to not play in other leagues. I keep saying that, and I love it. I love all these leagues, and I love the fact that we can pretty much watch women's basketball practically all year round for real, for real. But that being said, you need to be able to train your body in different ways so you can endure the depth of a season. And these seasons are getting longer. Next year, we're looking at 50 games before playoffs. If you tired now, y'all, Atlanta got 10 more games. If you tired now, then what? Then what's going to happen first round? Blow a tire? Or y'all going to do like my Cavs and you make it all the way, fight claw, make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals and then literally lay 4 eggs. And it ain't Easter. So what's going to happen? I guess we can only predict the future. Listen, are they contenders or pretenders? Let's make a case for Atlanta. I don't want to spend all the time beating them up, but we are going to keep it a bean. Okay, let's talk about the good things. Let's highlight the good things. Alicia Gray had an incredible game. That's why I be so pissed. That's why I'm so pissed a little bit, right? That game should end in a victory. 32.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Now, in the NBA, in certain things, like, 32 points sometimes don't be feeling like nothing. If you Luka and you got 32 points, it's like, whatever, dog. If you Indiana, sometimes you got 32 points, whatever, dog. You supposed to get that. But Alicia Gray, as talented of a scorer as she is, when she goes 30, when she goes bonkers, when she's got the step backs from the threes, when she's getting everything she wants for real, we got to capitalize from that. Now, she didn't shoot her best, but she was still pretty consistent. She was dangerous from 3 levels. 3 levels. She shot 11 for 24 from the field. She was 4 from 7 from 3. Come on, man. Cooking. Perfect from the free throw line. That's one thing about Atlanta. They are a pretty good free throw shooting team. So they tend to capitalize on that. Boom. She had 7 rebounds, 5 assists. She had 4 turnovers. Okay. She had no steals and no blocks. So that's one of the things that we don't like. We don't like that. We don't like not having a real impact on a defensive end. I know sometimes good defense doesn't always equate to metrics, right? It doesn't always equate to steals and blocks. But when you playing good defense on this team, though, it should. Because this ain't every team. This can be a very careless team. So I would expect playing Indiana, Atlanta playing Indiana, I would expect you to have caused way more turnovers than you did. Indiana as a team had 9 turnovers. Guess how many Atlanta had? Y'all just go ahead and guess. 14. Unacceptable. Y'all know who y'all playing, Indiana. Y'all know Caitlin is a walking 5. She's a walking 5, T.O. How many did Caitlin have yesterday? 5. I'm not lying. Hold on. Let me put this. I'm not lying. I was saying she a walking 5. That's her average. She had 5 yesterday. What she average? And this ain't a bash Caitlin session. I'm just saying we just speaking facts. Turnovers 5.2. So she right about her average. Her career is 4.6. She's going up in turnovers. Correct. But similar, to our dearest of the Angels. See, my camera just doing what it do. Angel probably average about 4 to 5 missed free throws a game for various reasons. Some of these missed free throws be fouls, right? Fouls, like my good friend Farrah pointed out. AB had her little arm wrapped around the little, the little waist. So what it is. But see, that's why when you train off season, you train for that. You train for that. You go through the gauntlet. You go through the paint. They put the pads on you. They do all that. You overtrain. You train with the weights on. You train with the weights off. You train in the sand with the weights on. You train in the water. You train with extra weight. So when you feel it in the live game, it doesn't even matter. It's like water running down your back. Don't even matter. If you don't get that way just by waking up. Like people like Chelsea Gray or Paige. Let me think of other people. Well, we see Olivia Miles all the time finish through contact. You know what I mean? But that's how you do it. You can't always blame the contact, especially in a late game. I'd rather you, because you're not always gonna get the call. Ryan Howard was told by coach to drive to the basket with only 6 seconds on the clock. She instead shoots that ill-advised three. Ryan should not even take that shot since Alicia Gray was wide open. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the people saying. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Peace and freedom. Welcome to Her Court, Her Rules, man. Absolutely. We're not making this up, y'all. Everybody on the from the TV screen watching from the comforts of our home, seeing the same thing. And I know the people in the arena saying, like, what are you doing? That just means you shook ones. Mob deep. You shook ones. Ryan, you don't want that contact. But then also it's like you don't want to win this game. I tell you, if Alicia Gray got the ball in her hand, she going to the rack. Even if she stop and pop that mid-range fade away from the left, she's going to she's going to try to get the contact. Ryan, you don't even try to initiate the contact. Even if you settle for the three, you don't go into them and try to do it up and try it. Woosah. Shout out to you. More jewels, 250 jewels of laughing disco. Look at y'all. We turning up today. I got discos. You feel me? Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Tesla, appreciate you. Angel Reese missed that shot because she rushed the shot. She could have taken her time a bit and pump fake. You know, we go back to the fundamentals, right? We go back to the fundamentals. See, this is a part of the, now I don't want to say concern, but this is the part of the conversation that might take a turn, especially when we're talking about Angel Reese. And then, hold on, y'all. I done lost my thing. If y'all new here, if y'all true here, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. Shout out to y'all. So this is a part of the conversation that might take a little turn, because as much as we love Angel Reese, and I'm going to parallel this conversation with Caitlin Clark, as much as we love Angel Reese, as much as we love Caitlin Clark, okay, they have the same glaring issues in their game individually, not as a collective. But Angel and Caitlin, they have the same issues in their game that they've had since they entered the league. And I'm trying to figure out what's the disconnect? What's the disconnect? Because the areas that we really want to see improvement in, they have not made any. Am I bugging? Am I bugging? Am I bugging? It's not the action. It's not that you keep missing layups. It's how you're missing the layups. And every single time it seems rushed. Every single time it seems like you're not going up with full power. Every single time you're not feeling body. Even when you move with your body, you're just moving to get from point A to point B, but you're not reading. You're not feeling it. You're not. And so that it's like, breathe, baby. I know you want to master it. Don't think about it. Just be it. Don't just be it. Right? And that's sometimes I wish I knew her for real. I'd be like, yo, you got it though, right? Just be it. Stop thinking about, oh, let me try to do this move. Nah. Because when she playing in flow, when she's playing in freedom, we see the whole bag. We see the power dribble, put her body into you, and then her go up with strength, but we don't see it enough. And that's my problem. And you can flip it again, parallel to Caitlin Clark. They played each other, right? It's always going to be the comparison between the two, even if they don't play the same position. With Caitlin, what we've been seeing from the beginning of her WNBA career is her carelessness with the ball. And it is part in stat with her. It's the 5 turnovers a game. But a lot of the turnovers are you want the people to be where they're not at, and you're mad at them because the pass is ahead, or you're mad at them because they didn't read what you read. And now you expected them to be You got to know how they're thinking about space. You got to know how they see the court. As a point guard, you can't force them to see it like you. You see it like them and you adapt to them and you make them great. Because I'm allowing you to play your game. I'm not trying to dictate how you play your game to make your game adjust to me. I'm so great, I will adjust to you. And with my adjustment through my personal sacrifice by technically coming down, but really seeing it how you see it, through that sacrifice, what will happen? You will be better. You will become better. And then I will force you to see it my way. But first, I got to bend. First, I got to build rapport. I got to capitulate. I got to make sure that there is trust there. And you can only do that if you allow them to be them. And I think a lot of her turnovers is she's forcing it. It's not there. You want it to be there because you're seeing it away. And technically, it should be there, but it's not available and you can't make it. So you can't. Read what you read and act on that. You can't force a read. We see that in football all the time. When a quarterback is trying to force the target, force the route. Either y'all had an agreement with the route run or y'all don't. Either I know where you're going to be or I'm not. I can't assume. Sidebar. There were multiple passes, and there always is a pass that we can talk about from Chelsea Gray. But Chelsea Gray in this Lynx game, and again, we can always talk about the behind the back pass. But this specific pass, had I did my pre-game regimen, I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but we going with the flow right now. I would have had the clip ready for y'all. But next time, I told y'all I'm working on a compilation of Chelsea Gray, the point guy, and it's going to blow y'all mind. But here we go. She's at a little bit above the 3-point line, right? And the camera just following my hand, but I like it. Look, she's a little bit above the 3-point line. She has the opponent on her hip, the opponent that's Miles on her hip. Now, Miles ain't small for real. She got length, so she's able to get into the passing lane on the pass attempt from the ball handler. This woman, point guard Chelsea Gray, she throws this ball. Bounce pass behind her back, got to be a good 17, 18 feet, got probably even 20 feet to a spot on the court in the paint that Jackie Young is nowhere near. But by the time that bounce got to they met up at the same exact time. When she first threw the pass, I said, oh no, what's happening here? Then I said, oh wow. I had to stand up. I had to stand up. If I had a hat on, I would have threw it. That's what Caitlin be trying to do. Not necessarily the behind the back, but the bounces through the paint. She be trying to pass when it's not there. It ain't developed. Your player haven't read your coworker. She ain't read that yet. You might be 2 pages ahead or 2 pages behind, but y'all are definitely not on the same page. That's a fact. She got to tighten up there. Let's go back to the comments. Yes, Okai should be starting and move Angel to the 4. Hello. How many times have we said that? Carl Smesco is not in the game's adjustment type of coach. He should have played Medina Okai more in the 4th quarter. Hello. It's right there, Carl. You know, when you go halftime and you look at the stats and you look at the plus minus and you like, okay, I see what we need to do. Okay, I carried 2, Okay. That's when it comes. When you do the mathematics on it, it just comes down to Okai. You think if Okai was in that game, Timpson would have got that putback, that little layup. I mean, that little putback at the end, right? Those 5 offensive rebounds. You think if Okai played, how many minutes did Timpson play? 33. What if Okai matched her minutes? At least 30, at least 27. Reese has Shaq's field goal percentage from a foot from the rim. She is a horrible offensive player. Kiki from Washington is a way better player than Reese. Shout out to Ocean Stack. Shout out to you. Peace and freedom to you. So I wouldn't call her horrible. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there are some horrible players. Most horrible offensive players won't even attempt a shot normally. So, you know, I wouldn't call her horrible, but I will say, you know, she has a lot that needs improvement. I must say. You know what I mean? But for where she is, I still like her game. I I want her to be in a gym with 1 to 2 trainers all one for one season. She hasn't really given herself the opportunity to get better exponentially year over year because the amount of basketball she plays, just 5-on-5, 3-on-3, or recovery on top of all her other business endeavors. Here, that we love to see a businesswoman get into the bag, right? We love that, but it's a little different. Asia and her greatness isn't by chance. Who you think she playing with all off season? They are challenging each other to the highest degree. Then she's our own scientist, right? She has her own regimen, she has her own philosophy when it comes to how I commit my mind, my body, my spirit to basketball and developing my game year in and year out. In the off season, everybody don't have that mindset. I'm a need Angel to tap in to now, right? Tap into not tonight, not tomorrow, to now. I disagree with you. Jalen Shirai has a championship experience from New York Liberty. She's a good defender. Well, she played 8 minutes, so I'm just saying those 8 minutes could have went to somebody who had more positive stats. Maybe if she plays more minutes and has more of a chemistry with the team. I think she forces a lot when she's in the game. She could have had championship pedigree not playing them many minutes in New York. Let's be clear. She did play some impactful minutes when she did play them, but it wasn't like she was playing 25, 30 minutes a game, right? However, she is a talented player. She doesn't get enough minutes to prove herself for real. And to that point, why split her minutes with Papa? We know Papa was getting her, energy back, and Papa didn't shoot well as well either. But like, I've never been in agreement with playing a player 8 minutes and then playing another player 8 minutes. I would like to get one player at least closer to the 12-15 mark so they can get some rhythm. That means they're playing 8 minutes every half, right? Or 7 minutes every half. Like, that's kind of what, when you think about 8 minutes in a whole game, that's not 8 minutes at one time. She ain't playing a whole quarter. She playing 8 minutes in a whole game. That's 2 minutes a quarter. Even if she was good, you would have to be, I don't know, for you to come in and make a real impact in 8 minutes. Boy, you had to be on T-Mac time, Reggie Miller time, right? Lynn Sanity time, something like that. Smell said, Indiana, they got a great crowd, but the Valkyries, yeah, they got the best crowd. I would agree. The Valks. Stephen Love, shout out to you, peace and freedom. Welcome back. That Kelsey versus Caitlin Clark talk, especially by what I call is CC fans, is ridiculous. They make each other better. The only CC fans refuse to let any shine be on her teammates. CC loves complimentary teammates. I made a video, it might be 2 years ago now, or at least a little over a year, about Indiana. This was her second season. So yes, this is Caitlin's second season. I said that Indiana with Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell stand to have the best duo backcourt in the W. I thought second year is when we were going to see that, but then again, she was injured, and then Kelsey put her cape on, so Kelsey became a different player, and so now is the real true year that we are really truly seeing the greatness that we thought we were going to see yesteryear, last year, but injuries got in the way. So this season, this is the treat we thought we was going to get last season. Caitlin playing great basketball, especially right now. She started off rocky, but again, coming back from injury, got to get the rhythm, got to get the feel, got to get the trust back with your body. Makes sense, right? Right now she's playing amazing basketball, minus the turnovers, but she's even playing better defense. Kelsey is playing better, amazing basketball. I would like for Kelsey to play better defense, But when you're getting 26 points or 28 points, and then some nights 32 points, and then, do what you do. Just keep putting that ball in that basket. Okay. I got no problem with how you playing right now, Kelsey. Got no problem with how Caitlin playing, even with the high turnovers. Listen, if you come out with the dub, I'll take it. But just for a fact you can't play like this in the playoffs. 5 turnovers a game in the playoffs, you're not gonna get out that first round. Absolutely not. Okay, gotta be much smarter with the ball. Yeah, the body needs rest. That is how Bree Jones got injured. Yeah, in the end, remember, Bree Jones got injured. Her first big injury was when she was in Connecticut, and she was on a run that year. She was absolutely incredible that year, and then the wear and tear ACL, right? So you know and then Bree, maybe I think with the losing streak with Atlanta, the last losing streak, I think that put the pressure on Bree to come back. And I don't want to speculate to say maybe she came back a little too premature, but to come back and then back out. Again, I'm a Cavs fan. I experienced that way too much with Darius Garland. The boy you come in, come right back out, right? Big toe gone. Not two big toes. They call. I learned. Did y'all know? Did y'all know that the big toe is called the great toe? I learned that through all of Darius Garland's injuries, the great toe injuries. You feel me? Atlanta Jones is crazy. Atlanta should have pursued Skylar Diggins. They got 900,000 worth of players sitting on that bench they don't even use. Shout out to passing through. Welcome back. Welcome back. Peace and freedom to you, brother. Yeah, yeah. Fever in the last 5 games has averaged less than 11 turnovers a game. The goal is 12. Exactly. So, shout out to the Fever. I mean, um the rest of their team isn't really turnover rich, right? Kelsey is such a fast decision maker, such a exact decision maker when it comes to how she plays on the court. She doesn't do a lot of endless dribbling. She will dribble a lot, but it's to get to a point to get her shot. It's to get all the way to the basket and get to the rack. So, and also she ain't doing a whole lot of passing. The thing about Caitlin is, again, she is trying to make a play when she has her turnovers. The problem is she's oftentimes ahead of the play. And that's attributes to her mindset and her offensive abilities intellectually. She's ahead of the play. Again, who her running mate? Lexi Hull. Somebody's they be going Lexi Hull's way. Simpson getting acclimated, right? Some of these things be trying to get it to the paint. It ain't there. It was there, but you missed it. It should be there, but they missed it. So, I think that they make it to the playoffs this year. I think that should be cleaned up a little bit. But she gotta, because the game will slow down. And so if the game slow down, you got to slow down with it. And you speed up in moments. I'm not mad at Ryan shooting the last shot, but it's supposed to be the last shot. Shooting with 6 seconds left makes no sense at all. Come on. That's dumb. How many points did Grace score the fourth quarter in OT? I could be wrong, but I think she had 32 in all 3 quarters. Let's see. Let's see if they take me to the play-by-play, all players. Let's go to Alicia Gray, done. Let's go to all quarters. Fourth quarter overtime, done. Okay, I'm trying to do a little research for y'all, okay, so we can figure it out. Shots made, 2. So I guess that answers your question. She made 1 3 and 1, so she had 5 points in 2 quarters. And again, so y'all can see I'm not bugging. I got fourth quarter and overtime selected. So if I deselect these or unselect these, let's go done. Let's go boom. Where we at? Okay, so a lot more shots made here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe even 13 if I miscounted, but at least 12 shots made in the first 3 quarters. So, I see what you're putting down there. Angel needs to watch Asia. Asia Wilson has one of the best pump fakes ever. You know who else got a pump fake? AB. AB. You know who else got a good pump fake? Natasha Howard. Hello? NECA. You know, Angel just need to watch other people's. How about that? Love her down, but listen, you so busy trying. She's so busy trying to study with how her teammates miss shots. You need to study how other bigs make shots. You watching too many misses. You manifesting a miss. That you done manifested your own miss. Can I get a boy? I tell you, I'm gonna go to church with y'all one of these days, boy. I try to tell you, we low key have a little basketball church every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. Y'all, if y'all don't do nothing, do this. It's free to hit that subscribe. So please go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe. Man, join the illest basketball chat and community on the planet. I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm not mistaken, Ryan had Sophie on her and she shot a 3 instead of driving on Sophie. That was free eats. Barbecue chicken. The issue with Angel shooting layups is her release point is below her shoulders. Watch when she misses versus a make. Exactly. She not going up with full force. And going up with full force is bending. Here's another thing that she doesn't do. What I see. She doesn't actually bend her knees and get the power in her hips. Y'all know boxers. The boxers, they say with a bounce, and then you gotta move your hips with it, right? That's where your power coming from. She gotta get down and then bend and then come up. Right. Somebody in the chat told me not to maybe little while ago. I think Truth Teller was the one who was telling me that Angel had a significant injury to her leg, maybe in high school or maybe in Maryland, one of the two. Y'all guide me through that. And she has maybe a plate in her leg or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, or if I wasn't misled. That being said, I think that there is some insecurity with her gather and her power, her release from her base. I don't think she has enough trust in that because for the life of me, she goes off her tippy toes. And that's going to limit your verticality and it's definitely limiting her power. You can only jump but so high off your tippies. So she ain't been going up with strength, in my opinion, unless she's on a fast break. Right. But even then, you know, I keep saying I want the ladies to go ahead and jump stop, throw it up there, throw her up there. Like the issue with Sidebar, the issue with Sophie and Dejanay, right? We ain't gonna talk about it that much. One of the biggest reasons I said, you know, this is a lesson for all the ladies on a fast break. If you jump stop and you pump fake and just go ahead and send them, since they want to foul you and rake you across the face, just go ahead and get you a bird and flip that bird over there. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and flip them over you because that's on you. That's gravity. Gravity did that. I didn't do that. So for Caitlin, let's go to Jan Rock Always. Shout out to you. Peace and freedom. For Caitlin, this decision making, shot selection, and forcing the passes. See, forcing the passes underlined for me. Shot selection for sure. I don't mind the step back 3 when it's in rhythm, especially when you got the crowd on your side, especially if you're coming off a made bucket. But I don't, or in transition. I don't mind it. I especially prefer it in transition. I don't necessarily like it in a half court set because that can open opportunities for the opposing team's fast break. But if you're in fast break and you do it, you can probably even get the rebound because you have the momentum and it's a fast break. More than likely you have the advantage in a fast break if you're taking a step back 3. I would prefer it in that way. If I was Stephanie White, I would tell her take as many fast break 3s you want to. Fast break 3s. Step backs. In half court, you better read the room. If the crowd ain't already roaring, don't you take it. Don't you take it. If you ain't already got the momentum, don't do it. Don't do it. And if it ain't the right team, don't you want to do it against Connecticut? Fine. You even the Mystics, fine. Seattle, fine. Not Atlanta, not the Aces, not Dallas, not the Lynx, not New York. Not Golden State. Absolutely not, in my opinion. That's just me. Angel Reese have the same problem Caitlin Clark have. They both are being predictable. They both have to relax and be unpredictable. Slow down. Slow down. Patience, resolve, poise, right? Bring it in. Angel just need to learn a pump fake. She will get the foul line. Excuse me. So much more, and she will have easier buckets. I would agree. I mean, she's a great free throw shooter. She could take advantage of that. I disagree with Stephen Love. CC middle and drive game is totally burning defenders. Her handles in traffic and switching directions is leaving defenders helpless like scarecrows. I ain't mad at that. Helpless. And you know we about to be in the Halloween season. Anybody do anything for Halloween, like decorate the house, pass out candy, throw parties, anything like that? Let me know if y'all do. I over the last couple years I've started not necessarily celebrate a holiday, but get involved a little bit. Like put one little pumpkin outside. Not too much. I don't want folks to think I got candy. I don't. I just got a pumpkin. For Angel, it's composure and psychological in terms of getting blocked. Exactly. Angel just throws a shot up at the rim for fear of getting blocked, and she lacks touch. Exactly. Atlanta Dreams bench shows that they can be trusted, but Carl Smesko don't want to use his bench as much, especially Medina. Okay, hello, we keep saying it. Asia is playing against Bam. Angel needs to play with NBA players in off seasons and forget about anything else. Forget about it. And ain't her man in the NBA? What's his name? From Magic. If he's still there, I don't know. Wendell Carter. Is that his name? I be making people's names up, but you know the man who played for Magic. Yeah, just go down to Orlando. Have yourself a good time. Stay there all off season. The moment y'all get bounced out of first round, oops. Did I say that? But the moment they get bounced out of first round, you catch you the first flight or jet or whatever you own down to Orlando, and you cop a squad. Unwind and get in the gym. Train at what type of fuss she can make if she was training in the Orlando Magic facility. Capture that. Forget them Victoria's Secret fashion shows. That's all cute for branding and all. And it's great for a moment for history. But the people gonna remember you about what you did on that basketball court. Absolutely. That's why the people will remember you. We will always salute and praise you for your accolades. You cannot take that away from her. We know that. But we don't care about Victoria's Secret. We don't. And now I would say, and that's for everybody, right? Even for the, shout out to Flaw J. We don't care about the music career. Shout out to you. We love you, and we want you to be great across all areas and all things that you do. We wish that everything you touch turns to gold. No hate in my bone. However, I'm a basketball fan, baby. I met you on basketball. I'm gonna love you on basketball, and I will support the other things. I'm a Dame Lillard fan. I got all his projects, all his mixtapes. I done bought the hat. I got a pair. When I'm a fan for real. You feel me? And I want you to, even when you venture off and want to do some other things, you got a cookbook. I'm gonna get that too. I got the Funko Pop doll. Could get the Barbie doll. The hell, everybody's bought that. I'm the only one in America that don't have it because apparently it keeps selling out. So I love it, but like now is the time. No excuses. Get in that gym. Get on that Orlando. What's that beach called down there? Cocoa Beach. I think that's the beach down there. I spent some time in Orlando. I think that's the beach. Get on that. Get in that sand and run. Get them weights on that midsection. Run. Get them burpees. Do that military workout. Run. Keep doing. Rinse and repeat. I'm trying to tell you. Get in that gym. Get going through that lane. Get them pads on and let them people bump you around. Bump. Where Joe Budden at? Somewhere doing a podcast, I bet. Angel Reese is a top 15 player in this league. She has a lot to work on. That should scare the rest of the league. I believe she will continue to develop and get better. Absolutely. It is scary. That's why I say where she is right now, even Caitlin, where she is right now, for when we could pick at their game and yada yada yada, where they are, it's ridiculous. Considering they both are phenomenal players. Angel is an excellent rebounder and defender already. We know she can take the contact. Now she got to be able to finish through the contact. That's next level. That's next level. She'll get there though. No worry at all. She will get there. Ryan don't drive to the basket. Naz Hillman is always undersized against her opponent. That's why Okot needs to play more. Now that would balance out the lineup. And I thought it was interesting that we know that they didn't have Jordan Canada. They started Sherrod. And I'm like, well, this would have been a perfect time for you to just go big. Put Ryan at your point guard. She teching Caitlin anyway. Make her bring the ball. But Carl, he ain't really running no sets. And so you know how Phoenix had Devin Booker running point guard all dang on season, not last year, but the year before last year. You can adapt and you can adjust to the team needs. We just saw Angel Reese do it in Chicago. All of a sudden, overnight, she became a point forward. Why? Because that's what the team needs. We've seen last year Ryan played a lot of point guard minutes and run the offense. We saw it last year. What happened? Atlanta got them 30 wins last year and they started feeling themselves. CC was off basically 18 months exactly. So her rust at the top of the season when she wasn't shooting well, I was like, you know what? It's only a matter of time. And when that faucet turn on, it ain't gonna be nothing y'all can do. Y'all mean it. I'm an Aces fan. That's a problem for us. Her shooting well. Why? Because we already know all the other things she can do well. We know her weaknesses, but we know her shooting well defeats her weakness. So what? She's not the best defender. Who gives a shit? If she's shooting her lights out, doesn't matter. Does not matter one bit. Don't let nobody tell y'all defense does matter, but that's why you got other people on your team too. Because what Sophie doing? What is Lexi Hall doing? You got to do your job, Lexi. You cannot turn the ball over if you're not passing exactly. So when we talk about why Caitlin got a lot of turnovers, it's because she is trying to get the ball to other people. When we talk about why Kelsey don't be having no turnovers, it's because she is keeping the ball for herself. At that point, only turnover you're going to get more than likely is of offensive foul because you're not passing the ball out, or if you dribble the ball off your foot. Some of her passes hit the player right in their hands and they drop the pass, and some are just bad passes like the one she threw at Billings' feet at the sideline. Exactly. Jean Rock. Welcome to Jean Rock. I wish I knew the words, but I don't. I know the vibe though. Amber Alert, shout out to you. Are you a Tempo fan, Toronto Tempo fan? Shout out to you then. Welcome. Peace and freedom to you. I allow for 8 turnovers as a team per game. Anything over that is just head to the baseline. I'm kind of like that. 8 to 10, it keeps it a pretty clean game. It keeps it so you're not getting in your own way. But I really like single digits turnovers. I would accept 10 though because of an offensive foul here and there. Right on the screen. Sometimes you can't help that. That's a turnover, right? So sometimes your big gets called for the offensive foul on a moving screen when it's really because your guard didn't allow your big to get set and the guard moved prematurely and now you got a turnover. And the big is gonna have to take that, but really we all know it's the point guard's fault, right? Or the ball handler's fault. So that's why I would allow that extra, because at least it's a dead ball. You just, get it out the mud, get back down on defense, set up your defense. You know what I mean? But if we break down turnovers, I don't want no more than 5 live ball turnovers. Anything more than 5 live ball turnovers, maybe even 6 too. I say 6. And if you being fair and you saying 8 live ball turnovers and 2 dead ball turnovers, and I guess we got a pretty safe, well contested game where you didn't get in your own way. Okay, Truth Teller said it was in high school. Thank you for the clarity when we talking about Angel Reese's leg injury. Yes, she has a rod in her leg that she sustained from an injury in high school. So that could affect her confidence, even though it's been some time. Again, I mean, it's not my injury. I don't know if she still has Phantom Pain or anything like that. That's, please, HIPAA. So that being said, I can see how that would affect your confidence. And maybe during that time she favored that leg and thus puts more pressure on the opposite leg, which probably seems will be a good reason why she goes up off of one leg a lot and not two, strong, you know, gathers. In Maryland freshman year, she don't bend that one leg. See, that's making so much sense. She used to be able to dunk, I think. Yeah, I just recently seen the footage around All-Star game. They had like a lot of players who had dunked in like either high school or first year of college or whatever, and it was like, dang, the women should have a dunk contest. Like, what's up? What it do, crew? Shout out to you, Small But Mighty Podcast. Appreciate you. Again, if I didn't properly greet y'all, forgive me. Peace and freedom to everybody. Welcome back to Her Core, Her Rules, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up on this fine Monday. Uh, hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. We don't have a lot of games tonight, so we can, we could just kick it in and catch up how we catch up. You feel me? So yeah, we ain't got a lot going on with the WNBA. I think we just got one game tonight at 10 o'clock or something like that. Let's see. What's today? Monday. I hate when they do that to us too. The Wings and the Valkyries is 10 o'clock on Peacock. That's in Valhalla. So good luck, Wings, winning that game. Let's make the case for Atlanta. We talked about Gray. We talked about Angel Reese. 15 points, 14 big rebounds, 6 assists. Right now, their record is they're sitting at 21-13. They're fifth in standings. Obviously, they've proven that they can compete with any team, right? And we see how inadequate they can look or confused they can look when they don't have Jordan Canada and Brianna Jones. Okay, like these things we absolutely know. We don't have to keep regurgitating that. That being said, and we spoken about the case against Atlanta, right? Now we kind of need to take the turn and kind of fast forward to playoff picture because we only have a few games left where we can kind of rationalize or give them excuses. The long gone are the excuses. Every team, for the most part, is dealing with some type of in or out of their lineup. Every team has somebody missing here or there. Like nobody is completely healthy. Hell, the Aces. Well, how many people? They keep retooling. It seems like they keep missing that fourth or fifth best person, outside of your big three and your bonus four in the list. Of like who's going to be that fifth person that can potentially show up in the game. Is it going to be Dana? Is it going to be Jewel? Is it going to be what's the new chick who just dropped 19 points or whatever? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The other big who they just had, Paso, and then they got the other guard, right? So Momoto, you know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know who's ever going to show up. We know it's never going to be Stephanie Talbot. She's never going to surprise us and be a threat. She won't be. It just is. It just is what it is. We got to say the same for Atlanta though. Does Atlanta have can they be a true contender? At the top of the season, everybody was like, absolutely, yes, 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 yes. But again, I feel like now we're asking questions that we weren't necessarily asking at the top of the year. True Teller got that you said Dallas got 7 games left. Oh Lord. Dream beat Fever 2 times in June back to back. Absolutely. Shout out to Casey Cool. Peace and freedom to you. Dream beat Fever 2 times June 18th and June 20th. Exactly. So that's why we were a little bit more shocked at how the last game went down, but still understanding because not even going to talk about Bree Jones because no Jordan Canada. And these are the type of games that makes it very tough to win without Jordan Canada. No Jordan Canada means you're not getting to the paint. See, if you got 6 seconds left, I'm sorry, Ryan took the shot with 6 seconds left on the clock. If Jordan Canada is in the game, Jordan Canada got the rock. Period. She got the rock on the shot because now she can create an open shot for somebody or get to the line. She's smart. Jordan Canada know what she doing. You feel me? What's going on with my lights? Okay. They just be doing things, Lord knows. Cocoa Beach. Okay, Smell. So you know what I'm talking about, Cocoa Beach in Orlando. Yes. Okay, I see. I be knowing a little bit about a little bit. I ain't like no geography like Wiz or nothing, but I know a little bit. Coaching CC is like when Pop coach Manu. You gotta take the crazy with the production. Period. Period. Like you can't complain about it. You know what I mean? You just you expect it. It's like Ja Morant. You expect some of the, you know what I mean? You expect it. Like everybody is not going to be a tactician when it comes to managing and reducing turnovers, but sometimes the level of activity that they can introduce to the game is worth, if it's worth the potential turnovers. Now I'm not saying that I like 5 turnovers, but I would be okay with 3, maybe even 4 if it goes to overtime. Fever are undefeated when they commit 12 or less turnovers. See, that's an amazing stat. I love that. Olivia Miles, Rory Harmon, Chelsea Gray are 2-point guards. Yes, I think Rory Harmon probably won't have an extended WNBA career. I just think it's getting progressively difficult or increasingly difficult for guards who are not great scorers to be in this WNBA, especially point guards, because it's like you just have the ability to sag. You have the ability to sag, and then like you need to be able to pressure and apply pressure from all 5 positions. See, again, it's different. It's different with like somebody like Stephanie Talbot, who is not a scoring threat. However, she can guard 3 or 4 positions on most nights. She's a great rebounder. She understands spacing. She understands how to get the ball to the right person who can make the right pass or make the right read. So I don't be mad, but sometimes I do. Lord knows I be wanting to turn the dial on her minutes, just turn it back a little bit to the left. I don't need all them minutes, but I get it. I get it. We don't have a lot of options with size coming off the bench. Most of the people coming off our bench lack size. Shout out to Top Dog 365. You sound like you from Michigan. You like Clarissa Shield. First of all, I love the quote. Not from Michigan, from Cleveland though. So shout out to the Midwest. Come on now. Great Lakes, all right. Yeah, love Clarissa. Shout out to her. Another belt. Gotta love that. Gotta love when players can put naysayers, they can silence them at least for a little bit. Clarissa got a lot of haters. All these players that we talk about got a lot of haters. I love when you just leave it in the ring, leave it on the court. Let your game talk. See, at the height of this season, the height of the commotion around Caitlyn regarding her antics, maybe with refs, or maybe how she was, her body language, or maybe how she communicated in the past to Stephanie White, or her other assistant coaches, like all at the height of all the negativity surrounding her name between Congress people talking about her, and just, you know what I mean? There's just a bunch of like little, how did she respond on the court? That's the best revenge. You just let him put it. Listen, I made a video about it. I'm tired of Caitlyn. And I'm still tired. But what I must admit, I like your response, Caitlin Clark. That's how you shut the people up. Leave it on the court. Yeah, nobody care. But listen, if you don't want us to talk about that all that other stuff, then make us talk about basketball. And when she's playing like this, that's the only thing I can talk about. I can't talk about what concert she went to and what said what about her and who using her for another indoor. Listen, I don't care about nothing about it. How that girl playing? Now on the opposite end, Sophie Cunningham be stirring the pot, and what she got 3 points in 33 minutes. Now you don't deserve all this commotion. Okay. Now I thought it was a lot of games today, but I was looking at the wrong thing. Oh, okay, I bet. Yeah, it's only one little game today. I guess they said we want everybody in the world to be watching Dallas versus Valkyries. What else y'all doing? Well, I'm rolling over in the bed at 10 p.m. Won't be staying up to watch that one, but I will watch the highlights. Shout out to y'all. Ms. D, welcome back. Peace and freedom to you. Peace and freedom to you. Hey, y'all, happy Monday. We've been out for a minute. I introduced her rules this past Friday. I relocated, had to move, got a new little setup and whatnot. So y'all stick with me over these next couple weeks. Y'all gonna continue to see additions to the live broadcast. So I appreciate everybody for rocking with us right over here on Beyond the Lens TV, man. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe while y'all here again. Shout out to my faithfuls that always pull up. My members that's always pulling up, man. I appreciate y'all. Truth Teller, Miss D, everybody that pulled up today. Pharaoh passing. Shout out to y'all. Miles is a combo guard, exactly. She is now. So she on a box sheet, box score, she's gonna be listed as a point guard. But obviously, with the addition, or not the addition, with Courtney Williams having the ability and flexibility to bring Olivia off the ball, have Courtney on ball, have a shared responsibility in that point guard role is always amazing, especially when Courtney is a veteran. So she's being led in the right direction. And Courtney is a top-notch competitor and defender in her own right. Plus, they have different skills. They both are mid-range assassins, but the way they operate in the mid-range is completely different. When we was watching the Aces game, right? We watched the Aces versus the Lynx game, right? And the Lynx gonna mess around and make me get them up on the wall. I ain't gonna hold you. I might get Olivia Miles and feel me. Anyway, I'm watching the game and I'm like, okay, what's happening here? How many times are y'all gonna let Courtney Williams come down the court in the fast break and stop and pop that? You do know you got to be on her hip. You got to be on Courtney Williams' hip, just like you would be on Kayla McBride's hip, just like you would be on Olivia Miles' hip. You gotta live for the potential that they are gonna change directions, and you just got to be confident that your ability to change directions as well in the flow of the fast break, right, that you can switch with them. Like you might not be able to stay directly step in step. It's going to be impossible, right? Because they're too fast, too strong, too shifty, too smart. But you cannot be ahead of them, waiting on them to, oh yeah, I'm gonna just wait on them to come. No, you got to be trying to meet them. You got to meet them and force them in a way, and force them to change directions. The changing in direction. Sidebar. The changing in direction will benefit you as a defender because you're banking on help from your others. So if I'm, let's say I'm Jackie Young, and I'm forcing Kayla McBride, or I'm Chelsea, and I'm forcing Olivia Miles in the fast break transition to shift and switch hands and take another direction, that could be playing right into my defense. She don't see what I see. She don't know I got somebody trailing, pickpocket. She don't know that I got Asia coming, Alyssa coming. They ready for the block. She don't know that. Woo. So they got to play into each other's hands by not playing into the hands of the person with the basketball. Stay on their hip. Don't just wait on them. If you waiting on Olivia Miles, if you waiting on Caitlin Clark, if you waiting on them Courtney Wood, you're gonna get cooked. If you waiting on Kelsey McBride to come down and figure out what she gonna do, and then you react, you're gonna get cooked. You gotta meet her up there and force her a one way. And so what if she bring you back that other way? Make her get in her bag. See, that be the thing that I have, the problem that I have with a lot of these defenders. You don't force nobody in their bag. If you got one, show me. Show me. I need to see it. I'm gonna make you work for it. That you see what they do with Asia. When Asia, they don't just let Asia just cook. No, they sending a double. They sending help. They sending. Make her earn it. You the GOAT? Show me. You full-time MVP? Put it on the table. Let me see. Clarissa, you the GOAT? Show me. Clarissa hit her. Bing, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, bing. Shoulder. Hello. Made the people throw in the towel. Oh, Lord. Gotta love it. That's for my boxing fans. Shout out to y'all. That's the only thing that's been holding the Dream back is consistency from any of their top players. The same can be said of Dallas. That part. Dallas' biggest problem is their lack of defense. They lack a defense. See, Indiana might not be the best defensive team, but what they will do every single night is put up points. Every night. Last time I checked, they averaged 92 points a game. Hold on, let's go back to it. 96.2 points a game. I'm sorry. They lead the league in scoring. When you almost averaging 100 points in a W, understand this is a WNBA basketball game. Just a couple years ago, the average, the high was like 80. Just a couple years ago. Where it's 96 now. That's ridiculous. That's incredibly talented as a scoring team, and they got three people on a team that might net 6 points collectively between Mo Billings, Lexi Hall, and Sophie Cunningham, and they can still average 96 points a game. And Timpson just had her career high yesterday, 20 points. You see what I'm saying? I love when y'all show love to the chat. Shout out to you. Shout out to Steady. What up? Steady. Oh, you ready? Welcome back. Welcome back. Peace and freedom to you. Here to support. Shout out to you. What up, chat? Love y'all. See you saying? It's always love here. To be great, you have to play great. And play with that same mindset game after game. Atlanta Dream can be the team, but only if you get out the mindset of folding. They need to watch that Aces documentary. Right? The one that they released at the top of the season, the Never Fold documentary, they need to go ahead and watch that. You need to learn how to tap into something that's higher than you. Right? Speaking of, what's higher than me right now is become a member, man. Become a member. Be more than family. Become a member. Membership start as low as $1.99. Y'all know, we rebranding everything over here. So we got her cover her rules. We got Cal State of Mind. I'm about to get that back rolling. Then we got the brand lab where I tap in and do all. I'm gonna show y'all the whole studio, the whole whoop-de-boop. And then we got Resilient and Rooted where I just spend time empowering y'all. And I'm about to start a Resilient and Rooted Mondays where I just drop like a 5-minute motivational just to kind of get you moving and pumping through your week. You know what I'm saying? Get the blood going. So shout out to y'all. I'm over here glitching. Atlanta got to lock in. You know what I mean? We talked about the case for them, but right now we're seeing too many inconsistencies. Right? We can't have that. They had the lead, they had home court. We talked about it, and they still allow Aaliyah Boston to have 18 points, Mitchell to have 20 points, Clark to cook, and Timpson to get a career high of 20 points. That's not. We are closing the season out, and it's not closing well. You got to start how you want to finish. They started janky. Hopefully they don't end janky. And that's what we are trying to avoid, especially us Atlanta Dream fans. Now, again, it's not my number one team, but I love Atlanta Dream. Like, I'm a fan of all the WNBA. I might have something. Right now, I'm beefing with Indiana, so I'm giving them a break. Right? However, I'm a fan of the entire WNBA, so we can sit and have conversations about teams. And you, more than likely, if you listening for real, you're not gonna hear no bias. Even I talk about my aces, I give them the business. No team safe, ain't no team above board. Everybody get this work around here. Shout out to Loaded Lux, Harlem. Shout out. You feel me? I want to ask y'all, the chat, y'all active tonight. I appreciate y'all. What does Atlanta have that travels in a playoff series? Because we've seen the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys, sometimes like I don't know if we can trust them. What's the one thing? Say we can't trust them fully. What's the one thing you do trust that for a fact will travel in a playoff series? Shout out to Shamika. Welcome back. Peace and freedom to you. Peace and freedom to you. The Dream already can't take them serious. Shamika, shout out to her. She said, I not only do I not think that they have anything really that's going to travel in the playoffs for real. I just don't trust them in the playoffs. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people, and sometimes me, especially after last night, I'm just like, it's just like they combust at the wrong time. And it happens like this every single time. And you just like, dang, man, will they shake out of it? Or do we got to do like Maya Angelou when somebody show you who they are? Shout out to the great Doc. Rest in peace. believe them. Will somebody show you who they are the first time? Believe them. So are we just in disbelief of the truth that's looking in front of us? Were they really contenders or are they pretenders for real? I don't know. Again, I don't want to jump off the cliff and say they're frauds or fool's gold. But I am asking questions. I wasn't asking if they, well, maybe I did ask if they was pretenders. But I did ask before if they weren't pretenders. I asked if they peaked early. If they peaked too early. I can't ask that question again, so I gotta say, what we doing? I hope they surprise me, but I just don't see it. I think they got some dogs in them. They had some late game wins. They have. They definitely got some dog in them. It was more that Carl, Lish, and Ryan shrink in the clutch. It's a mental thing with them. Would we agree? Would y'all agree that the mentality of the team, the character of the team, extends from the coach? Would y'all agree with that? If the team plays with anxiety, that's what I saw last night. A team playing with anxiety. If a team plays with uncertainty, if a team plays with lack of confidence and poise, especially in the fourth, does that energy come from the coach directly? Y'all told me that he drew up a play for Ryan to attack the basket, but did you sell it? Right? I wish I was in the huddle. Did you sell it? Y'all know when Becky or when Dawn or Gino or what's our girl from LSU, Kim, right? When coaches selling a play and when they hitting that clipboard, this what we doing. You here, you there, you curl, you fade, you drop. When you sell it, you everybody locked in. Yes, copy, Roger, right. Confirm. Yes, you only got a couple of minutes. You lock eyes, you make sure. Did he sell it though? Hey, or was it, hey Ryan, you get the rock, you drive, okay? Try to get the foul. That ain't selling it to me. Hey, by any chance, if you go to the Kroger or you go to the Publix, do you mind getting me a? That sound nice, but ain't no sense of urgency in that. Hey, when you run, I need you to bring me back a such and such. Need you to bring me back a Coca-Cola. Or you don't like that? If they don't have if it's not open, Ryan, swing it. Because you still got time on the clock, and guess who opened over there? The girl who got 32 points. Guess who can get to the line? Angel. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But I still need for you to be aggressive. Settling, not an option. And she settled. It's definitely mental. They choke in big moments. Absolutely, they do. How many times we gotta see it? How many times we gotta see it? I trust Angel Reese to lead this team in the playoffs as she did at LSU when she won the 2023 NCAA Tournament National Championship game. She's hungry for a WNBA title. First of all, Steven, I love that you wrote it all the way out. Well, you could have said cut down the nets, won the chip. You said no. She won the 2023 NCAA Tournament National. I love it. I think she is hungry for a WNBA title. I think she is grateful that she's in this situation where she even has the opportunity to sniff out a WNBA title. We know there was no hope for her in Chicago. There is still no hope in Chicago. Not since Barack has left. That being said, she's a phenomenal leader. She's in a great spot and situation. I think the coaching has some glaring issues here. I think where the weaknesses in the individual players are or the collective of the team, I don't think Carl Smesko has done enough to fine tune that. We do a SWOT analysis over here at least twice a season where we break down teams, we break down our playoff contenders, our top 8 teams, and we run them down. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Right? I don't think he's being that methodical when he's looking at his offense and the different arms and weapons that he has and depth chart from each position. I don't think he's using his weapons to his best. He's not maximizing his weapons. Let's just make a clear statement. He's not maximizing his weapons. He has an idea of what he wants to do, and this is the system that he wants to run. However, you got to be able to call an audible. You have to be able to see what you have and use it. Okay? Shout out to Joe Mama. Welcome. Okay? Shout out to you. Good evening. The dream need to learn how to play together. They're still missing pieces, and it seems like it. Yeah. And because they don't have a solid enough offensive scheme and set that's beyond freestyle and perimeter, it's hard for them to trust one another in the thick of things. It's hard. It just become one man band. It's no swing. It's no set a pick, roll, fade, backdoor. It's none of that. It's no easy buckets. It's all tough. The team will be motivated by Angel Reese's drive in the playoffs. I think so too. But here's the thing: if the ball ain't in her hands, or if she's not being a focal point late in the game, or if she is and she's missing those opportunities because she's not making those shots, it's hard to lead. Right? In all 3 circumstances, she ain't getting the ball, hard to lead. Right? It's hard to make an impact on the game, especially at the end of the game, only solely on defense. You can when it comes to stopping a possession. But in this opportunity or instance, you had the opportunity to score and y'all failed. Would they have fallen and folded if different people or if another person had the ball in their hands? I guess we won't know. Or maybe we will if the situation comes up again, which I'm sure it will. Oh, Angel ain't no leader. Oh. She was taking upon herself to lead the team. She don't have to be the top scorer, but she will help out in other areas. And we've seen that already this season, right? We've seen Angel when the team and when everybody was like, "Where's Ryan?" Angel was there, right? When Alicia wasn't scoring 30 points, Angel was there. She was leading the team, even if it's in spirit. But she's had games, 26-point games, 20-point games, double games, right? Like every game is a double game with Angel. So she's a phenomenal leader. I think that the team has has identified Alicia Gray as being their leader, but then when you get to late in the 4th, Alicia Gray doesn't have the ball. And that's a coaching thing. That's not a individual thing. That's a coach confused. If you call Alicia Gray the leader of this team, then the leader should always have the ball at the end of the game. Ironically, there are 2 top leaders of this team. Neither one of them had the ball. And when Angel did, it was on a putback. Alicia didn't have the ball. That's a problem. This is a Carl Smesko issue, in my opinion. Shout out to Ghost of Geralitis. Shout out to you. Welcome back. Peace and freedom to you, my brother. I'm off the dream bus. It's over. They're pretenders. Oh gosh. Okay, let's go. Let's go to this next slide since we back into it. Come on. We right to it. They pretenders. I wish Angel would look to kick it out more when she gets some of those old boards. Now, shout out to Marquisa. I would agree with that 100%. Matter of fact, it's not many people say that. I wish she would just kick it out. And here's the IQ of like a Draymond, because I compare her to a Draymond. That's what Draymond is really good at. Getting the rebound, dribbling it back out, getting it back to Steph, resetting the screen, trying to receive it again on the roll. But this comes with rushing sometimes. It's just rushing. I got it. Get it back up. Get it back. And then also, I think mentally trying to prove to everybody that she can make these putbacks and she's not going to miss these layups. I think she got to get out of the what did Dana Evans say? I stopped trying to prove everybody else wrong and started to prove myself right. That's what Angel needs to do. She needs to flick the switch and take the attention off of ensuring that you're not doing what the people suggest that you do all the time, which is me bound. But you lock into you and your greatness and just focus on that. I think she spends a lot of time doing the opposite. In my opinion, again, who am I? I don't know her from a can of paint. Shout out to her. But yeah, I agree with you. Shout out to you and welcome to Her Core, Her Rules. Somebody, including coaching staff, need to sit down and have a talk with Carl to come up with a conclusion on how to utilize all 12 players or team on this roster. Again, you're not so you're not going to play all 12 in the playoffs. However, this is the time you figure out who you need to play. That's why I'm not a proponent of playing Sherrod 8 minutes, Pow 8 minutes. No, you give either one of them 15 minutes and you let them roll. You got to see what they can do in different situations. This would have been a grandiose time to have one of those players playing a healthy amount of minutes in the second half. If you give it 8 minutes, that's in a game, that's 2 minutes a quarter roughly. Or if you play them all in the first and none in the second, it's going to be the opposite. All in the second, none in the first. Aaliyah Nye doesn't get enough tick. Like we can go down that roster and just be like, Borlace, am I saying her name right? She played like 30-some minutes. What's happening here? Let me go back to that. Let me make sure I ain't making that up, because sometimes I be confusing with the numbers. I'm not lying. 32 minutes, 10 points, 2 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 3 fouls. What's her plus minus? Make sure I'm seeing this right. She -4. Oka is a plus 14 off the bench. Now, if I'm looking at my stats at halftime and I'm seeing what's going on, I'm definitely looking at my stats fourth quarter and I'm seeing what's going on. Hey, blow a whistle. Woo! Timeout. Oka, get in there. Odds are somebody with a plus 14 plus minus is going to keep plussing it. Meanwhile, Naz Hillman is a -23, and he persisted to play her 33 minutes. A -23. One could argue the only other person that was a net plus minus is Sherrod. She was let me just put it up on the screen. Just put it up on the screen. Look at Sherrod. -6. Alicia Gray, -7. Can't take Alicia Gray out. She 32. She -7 because look how many shots she put up. Angel Reese, +1. Ryan Howard, +2. Naz Hillman, -23. Lord have mercy. Naz. All I need is one mic. Naz. Come on. Angela's fine. I don't trust Mesco. Me either. But them having a coaching change next season or something like that, it would be diabolical. It would have to be somebody that we adore. I can't take another new face. And I'm sure Angel don't want to take another new face. So they need to get an assistant coach on that bench that we can kind of trust and something like that, because they can't take another head coach change. Angel Gray can't take another head coach change. I would be distraught if they fired him. Distraught for her. The Mystics have a higher chance of making a run than Atlanta. And sure do. Let me go to the Mystics record. Listen, you ain't lying there. Shout out to Shamika. You and No Lies Told. Our last episode, our Her Rules reunion episode was practically all about the Mystics. Let me go to the standings. Hold on. Where we at? Let's go to the standings. Let's make this bigger. Make me small. Y'all don't care about me. Hold on. Let me make me real small. Bet. Okay, bet. So we got the standings. Where the Mystics at? What? They last 10, they 8-2. And think about it. That 8-2 is 2 losses from Vegas. 8-2. Come on, man. Cooking. New York, last 10, they 8-2. New York been having a hell of a up and down season. Let's look at Washington misses. We're gonna take a quick segue. I just want to see the end of their roster because I'm very interested. Schedule. Very interested to see what type of challenges they may have in front of them. Okay, we're looking at Toronto on Wednesday, the Lynx on Friday. The Lynx barely beat Washington last time, just barely beat them. And a lot of people were saying that, the refs had a fair shake of adjusting in that game. So I don't know. So they got the Lynx, they got Portland, they got Phoenix back to back, LA, Chicago, Indiana, Connecticut, Chicago. They kind of got a favorable schedule. It's a very young team, so all these games can go either way. But when we look at the ability to close out strong at the end of the year and maybe even climbing the standings, they have a good chance of doing so. Let me go back to the standings real quick. Hold on, just so we can see everybody on the same page. They are currently sitting 7th seed. I mean, Atlanta got a nice 4 after this Vegas game. Let's say Atlanta loses the Vegas game because I don't predict Vegas will lose back-to-back 2 games, not at this stage of the season. So I got Atlanta losing this game is probably going to drop down. Atlanta losing this game could potentially, depending on what happened, they could be a 7th seed or 8th seed, depending on what happened between Atlanta's game and Washington play Wednesday. Dallas plays tonight. Dallas wins tonight. Atlanta loses tomorrow. Atlanta is an 8th seed team, more than likely. More than likely. They will have one more win over Washington. So they're probably a 7th seed team, but they can't be playing like this. They can't be playing like this. Y'all playing like this. Y'all this good. Y'all mess around and get bounced out or not even make it on something fluky. I keep telling y'all. They need to go ahead and institute this play-in the WNBA because there's too many good teams right around 7, 8, 9, 10 that could easily be in these playoffs. Easily. Who else on the outside looking in? You got Portland. Well, maybe not Portland. Maybe not Chicago. So next year, not this year. Too premature. Wasn't she on a podcast where a former WNBA player said Reese should work on her layups? She got to do better, to be honest. I mean, it's true. Bernard Hill, shout out to you. Peace and freedom to you. Yep. The dream has a talent but lack the confidence. It's all about the confidence. All about the confidence, man. And confidence comes with repetition. Confidence comes from the coach. It's hard to have confidence when the coach seems like he's unsure, and that energy transfers to the team, right? So now your team, some of your key players are unsure in moments, right? So confidence, you develop that on the off season individually as a player, and then your coach gotta do the same thing. So everybody got work to do. Casey Cool said Carl Smesco is an a-hole. I don't like him. I don't like his little demeanor on the sideline. I can't stand his face. I hate that his shirts seem like they too small. You don't know your shirt size? Your wife don't know? Lish was hot. You're supposed to get the ball to her, the hot hand. Absolutely. She was hot. You could tell in the post-game remark, like she was just like, she was hot. I was hot for her. I know my job. Like, I'm not, even me playing pickup ball, I have no ego. I have nothing to gain by me forcing something when I'm not the one who been dropping them off. I have nothing to gain here. Only thing I have to gain is if I recognize what needs to happen and I act on it. What we say all the time over here on Her Core, Her Rules. It's not enough about reading it. You see it. Did you act on it though? You see her open. Nah, you choose to control alt delete. You choose. Nah, it's not enough. Ghost said, I would love to see more pow, especially with Canada on the bench. Exactly. Why we playing Sherrod? Respectfully. Like her, but nah, not enough. She's very unsure with the basketball. Very. She goes to that paint. She just try her little heart out. E for effort. A for attempt. But I need you to P for pass. Or B for sit down on this bench, put P pow in. Trade Nye for Deja Kelly. See, and I loved Aaliyah Nye. But Atlanta needs more creators, fearless creators, though, and purposeful creators, not just waiting for the pass and waiting to knock down a shot that you probably not going to knock down, even though you got a great shot. However, you not get enough minutes, so you're not in rhythm. So, yeah, but Aaliyah Nye gives you a little bit more size than Tahina Pow. So I feel like they just need another shooting guard that can also play small forward, right? Something like a Ryan or Alicia, but that can also create, not just for themselves. Alicia Gray, she trying to get a bucket. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Ryan Howard happens to be a great passer when she wanna. When Ryan want to go out there and try to give you a triple double, she go out here and do it. Wow, these lights keep getting brighter and brighter. Carlos Mesco need to be fired. I love Okot plus minus in it. Shout out to you. Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's why he need to be fired. 18 minutes. Who do you adore? Add Ty Harris as an assistant coach. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be real nice. And some of these, where see it at? She doing a little podcast. She sound awfully smart, and you know she played in this league for over 11 years, over a decade. Not averaging hardly nothing on the assist. I mean, on statistically, you know, it's a lot of people, but what do assistant coaches in the WNBA get paid? Let's ask. What? Why am I all caps? What does an assistant coach in the WNBA make? Let's go. I just want to see, because I'm about to say, well, maybe it ain't worth a lot of people time. It need to be $50,000 to $100,000 a year, with industry data estimating averaging roughly $63,000 a year to be an assistant coach. Teresa Witherspoon ain't available. Ain't there's a whole bunch of people available that should be available? What's going on here? Ho. There we go. It got dark outside, so it's dark in here now all of a sudden. Yeah, so they got to figure that out. They need to strengthen. If they're not gonna make a whole head coaching change, they need to do some straightening on the assistant coach. Because here's the thing: who do you trust? When we are asking about the finals and who may potentially win in the finals and take home a championship, okay, Vegas got Minnesota as the favorite. I don't like it, but it is what it is. They've played the best all season. They've been the most consistent all season. They've been the scariest all season. They have unlimited weapons. The only thing they don't really have is a whole lot of size from the center position. But hey, they got a plethora of size from the power forward position. So Vegas trusts them. Vegas trusts. They trust the aces. Obviously, why? You got Olympians, you know what I mean, gold medalists, you got MVPs, you got DPOIs, you got the best two-way guard in the game. And Jackie Yo, don't argue with me, argue with your mama. It is what it is. It is what it is. Jackie Young is the best two-way guard in the game. Period. Now, we got the teams that we trust. We got the teams that we are unsure about because of multiple reasons. New York, they've been highly inconsistent, but when they've shown greatness, boy, do they look good, right? They've had turnovers in their roster, changes in their roster. Benijah, she's gone. She's off to DC. That's what make DC scary now, right? On top of they've just been playing well. Then you have Satu. She says she chilling. She gonna sit down. She taking a little leave. Okay, bad. Well, shit. We already knew she was taking a leave because she wasn't ever here. She started the season not here. Middle of the season wasn't here. Now it's towards the end of the season. You ain't here. Not surprised. Not surprised. So, so that's why we might be a little unsure of New York. You don't know who's gonna be available, so it is what it is. Golden State, they a second year team. Like, we got to see them do some work in the playoffs. So we are unsure about that. Now you got Atlanta in the fever. We telling them to prove it. We telling them to prove it. I don't know. Dallas not in the conversation no more when it comes to when we talking about championships. Dallas not here no more. So, but we telling Atlanta and we telling Indiana to prove it. It's not enough that you win a tough game here and there. It's not enough that you can win 3 or 4 in a row. What can you do in the playoffs? Are you gonna get bounced first round? Well, we know Indiana did a lot of last season first round against Atlanta without Caitlin. What will Atlanta do? What will Atlanta do? If Atlanta gets bounced in the first round, will you consider this season a disappointment? I'm just gonna ask y'all. You is you disappointed or not? Let me know. Will y'all be mad? CC laughing at her. Angel gonna remember that show is. Smesko gotta stop being Angel friend and coach her tough. Got to. I'm curious who Atlanta get in the first round. I like Atlanta and the Mystics, but ATL gets a fast paced team in the first round. It might not end well. It won't. It won't. Not if they get a run and gun team. Not if they get a run and gun team. But then sometimes they can just be. They act young in a half court. So you just never know what you're going to get with Atlanta. I understand every player can't be on the level of age or Stewie or Fee, but damn, I feel you. I want to see the Lynx and the Mystics round 1. No. I don't want to see them first round. That's not fair to the Mystics. Mystics can't beat them in no series. They're going to get smoked. They might, in 5 games, they can win 1. I love the Mystics, but they too early for Lynx first round. But if they had Atlanta first round, oh shoot. They had Indiana first round, oh shoot. I would even take them over. Not take them over, but I would even say they would stand a greater chance if they played New York in the first round. Anybody but the Aces and the Lynx. Oh wow, Being with Bacon came in tough. All right. I'm not gonna say that one on the air. Well, Angel has a job because she's excellent in certain areas and she struggles in others. So it's her excellence in certain areas that makes her highly employable. Any team would love to have her. She really just need the right coach, like you said, to coach her up. Be tough on her. I think Cece was laughing at Angel because she remembers a lot herself. True. Cece ain't got no rings on no level. What would she be laughing about? Okay, chat. Make sure you like and hype. And if you're not subscribed, again, if y'all ain't subscribed, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. While you at it, share with your friends, man. Shout out to Miss Brenda. Tell them where to pull up to the best basketball show on YouTube. Listen, I ain't saying it. I ain't saying the people saying it. Okay? They say Jay-Z said you need more people. I got a couple that's saying something. You feel me? Appreciate y'all, man. If y'all feeling the conversation, go ahead and hit that subscribe. If you feeling the conversation so much that you wouldn't consider becoming a member, you can do it for as low as $1.99. Or if nothing else, just go ahead and hit that subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Absolutely. Casey Cool says, but Ryan Howard want to play like Super Saiyan against Connecticut, the son of all teams. Exactly. Like wasting games for real. What are we doing? I can't stand that. Don't give me 30, 10, and 10. But you know your girl Caitlin will do that too. But see, and this is the difference in how she's played in the last 8 to 10 games. Is that it ain't just a bad team she playing great against. It's everybody. It used to be like, oh, she only be doing that against trash teams. Can't say that no more. Yes, Gray, Ryan Canada. Hold on. Yes, Gray, Ryan, Canada, and Howard on the same court is diabolical. Ryan is Howard. But I do like Alicia Gray, Jordan Canada, Ryan Howard all on the same court. That's a problem. The Mystics is a bad matchup for the Lynx. I mean, we seen that the last couple games. Right. Well, let's pull back up on Wednesday, right? Get into the community post on the page, be on the Lens TV. Go to the post, go to the community, and let me know how y'all feel about the mixed game, the Mystics game coming up. Don't they play them this Wednesday? Who they play? When they play the Lynx again? They play the Lynx on the, where did it go? Why they got me looking at the preseason? That's crazy. Friday. They play the Lynx on Friday. Let's talk on Friday. I mean, that's her rules. Friday at 6:00. Let's talk on Friday and see what. Let's get closer to the game. That game starts at 7:30. Let's see how that game go. Next Monday we have a lot more to discuss about the Lynx and the Mystics. First round exit is a complete failure for the ATL. Complete. Do what Tessa Love said. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate everybody for pulling up today. Man, if ATL lose in the first round after getting reached, somebody got to look for a new job next season. And that's going to be Carl, formerly known as Coach. Because he probably won't get another job. Well, he probably could get another job. But probably not. ATL almost has a super team, just not coach right and no bench. Absolutely. I completely agree. I would look for a replacement of Carl Smesko, Trey Ryan for Nas, and move Canada to the backup point guard. Trey Ryan and Nas, I'm sorry. Okay. So if you trade Ryan and Nas, and so you trading Ryan for a starting point guard probably, and what would be the benefit of trading Nas? Are you trying to get taller? Or are you trying what you trying to do? Or because I'm a proponent of having Nas coming back off the bench. I'm not mad at Jordan Canada starting if she got a suitable backup. So some of this I agree with, but I would just kind of move him around a little bit. I can't remember what game it was, but I saw Ryan crying on the bench after fouling out. I remember that. What was that about? It might have been the misses game. I don't know, but what I do know is that when you foul out and you leave opportunity and you leave undone work for other teammates that more than likely they can't do and can't pick up the slack, that's disappointing to you as a player. You really feel like you let your team down. So maybe that's kind of the energy she had at that moment. We've seen a lot of players cry in moments like that, especially when they foul out. We saw Cardoso. When she fouled out earlier in the season, right when Chicago was losing games at the game, and then she fouled out when she had a really big game, but she fouled out. You know what I mean? It just puts you in a state, I believe. So maybe that's what she was experiencing. Who knows? But I know it can be emotional when you finish the game prematurely, foul or injury. So let's talk about it. We have an open court. Y'all speak your mind, drop your hot takes, questions, whatever you got in the chat. Top Dog says to start our open court, how do you feel about the Dream picking up Kennedy Carter? Well, Kennedy Carter is, she took her talents back to China, right? She's already signed up to play back with them. And she did her 1v1 almost immediately after getting waived or cut or whatever you call it. She's already had a stint with Atlanta, so I don't think that Atlanta would go back down that route. Nor do I think she would be a good fit. I do think they need a scorer type as a backup point guard, but also think they need like a great passer as well. Great passer. Because you still have too many weapons that you need to get involved. So when your bench point guard comes in or your backup point guard comes in, normally she's coming in either to play with starters because my starting guard got in foul trouble, or I'm playing with the bench. And if I'm playing with the bench as a backup point guard, I still have to be number one point guard focus, number one pass focus, and then incorporate my offense after I've got continued the success of the offense that Jordan Canada left in my responsibility or my care. So I think that they still need a pass first mindset point guard, but they do need somebody that can pop that thing too. If they got a pass first point guard to back up and somebody who's also a 3-point threat, I think that will you don't have to get into the paint and do all of that, but you do need to be a threat where people can't sag, where you gotta play honest and you can still maneuver and get around and negotiate that free space that you have. Nas gets hold on. Nas get paid $800,000 to do nothing. I'd rather have a wild queer, yeah, or a NECA as a free agent on better contract. I mean, NECA over there will look great. NECA with Asia, that would look great. Remember I said that Bree Jones not being here will stunt the growth of Asia this season, and that's what we are actually starting to see. Because if she would have had Bree Jones all season, I think her offensive game would have developed a little bit more, because this who you practicing with. This who you going head to toe every practice with or watching, you know what I'm saying? So if you watching other players miss so you can be able to rebound, then that means you're watching Bree Jones take shots and you watching her footwork to see where that ball is coming on a potential miss. But by just off of just the witnessing the game tape, witnessing her footwork and her finesse as an offensive skilled big, you gonna pick up from that. Not having Bree Jones all season, I think it definitely kind of set her potential back this season, in my opinion. That being said, they might move off Nas this offseason, I bet, because I don't think she backed up that six woman of the year. Now, she's been playing out of position all season for real, but she has gotten a lot more, in my opinion. I think she's gotten a lot more open shot attempts, and with that, I don't think she's being as aggressive in attacking the basket, because Nas can put the ball on the floor too. Like, she ain't doing all this whoop-de-whoop, but she can dribble. I just would like to see that a little bit more. But again, I think that's a coaching thing. We don't want no Kennedy. Nobody wants Kennedy. Yeah, I think Kennedy's WNBA time is done. I think if Becky can't make it work, nobody can. Jeremy, my brother, welcome back, man. Peace to you, man. Peace and freedom to you. Again, shout out to you for pulling up. Even if you late, man, I still appreciate you pulling up. And anybody who pulling up late, we about to wrap up the episode. I just want y'all to get y'all final takes in, get y'all last thoughts, hot takes, get that all in chat so we can discuss it real quick. But if y'all pulling up late, I still appreciate y'all. Just go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, and leave a comment on the actual video. So if you weren't engaged in a live chat, that's okay. Leave a comment and we're going to engage that way. I read all comments. I reply to all comments, even if they're crazy. Even you, because of me, I'm still going to reply. You know what I mean? You might not like my reply because I think I'm pretty witty, if you ask me. I'm just saying. A lot of 1-year deals, so teams going to look different next season. I can't wait to see the movement and what these GMs are able to assemble. Completely agree. And it's going to continue to be probably 1-year deals really into these expansion until 2028, until the expansion team era kind of like settles down a little bit. Like, now we kind of got something going on every year until 2028. Then once that, we'll see. It might be 2 more expansion teams on the horizon at that time once we get to 2028. But once we start to get closer to 2028, hit that mark, I think a lot of ladies will be right back into the 4-year, 5-year deals at that point. Yeah, because the league would have settled down. We have our teams, we have our conferences balanced. And so, yeah, we got a couple years away from that. Agreed. Totally agree. Who you got winning tonight? Shamika says Wings or Val, because Wings really need this win. They absolutely need this win. Okay, so the game is in Valhalla, right? So I mean, that's just tough. Let's look at the matchup predictor. It's not like the matchup predictor is the end all be all, but it is a good starting point. They got Golden State winning, handsomely, So Who's to say? We don't know. We don't know. But let's look at the injury report. Yeah, so Shepard is out, Fudd is out, Isaiah James is out. Dallas gonna lose. Dallas losing this game. Wings do need it bad. I hope this is a bounce back game for them, but the Valks ain't no joke. They not beating the Valks without AZ and Jessica Shepard. Isaiah James is critical too. It's just not happening. Paige would have to be. Paige would need a 35-point game. For real. Paige, Enrique gonna need a 25-point game. Who do they have out on their end? They got Salon out. So well, she's a game time decision, so she might even play today. Expected return is today, so she might even play today. I mean, Paige gonna have to have 30 plus points. Enrique another 20, 25-ish. Odyssey is gonna have to have 14 probably plus. I mean, Matt, oh gosh. Well, they don't need to score a lot. If they can keep Golden State is not a super high scoring team. So if they can keep Golden State to like a 70-point game, the problem is, Golden State can hold you to whatever you trying to hold them to. They can hold you to minus 15. So their defense really is top tier. Like y'all saying, the upcoming free agents is top tier, but it's going to be difficult for ATL to get better by trading Ryan and Nas because the players on the trade market this offseason ain't no better. I mean, well, let's see. Kelsey Plum was traded to Phoenix and she only signed a 1-year deal, which means she's back to being a free agent next year. Kelsey Plum on this team instead of Canada or Ryan. Maybe not instead of Ryan. I think you could probably run a team back and upgrade coach. For real. I think that'd be less of a headache is to upgrade coach and invest in your team. What does that mean? That means they got I don't want to say dead weight, but they got some players that they don't really play like a Leonard, and I would just part ways with anybody you're not comfortable playing 15 minutes in any game. Any given game, if you don't want to play them 15 minutes, they shouldn't really even be on the roster for real. If you can't trust them to play 15 minutes, get them out of here. This is a WNBA. Respectfully, I mean, spots are too hard to have and too hard to keep. If I can't trust you to play 15 minutes, I don't have no trust in you. It doesn't mean that you are not a great player. It's just that means that you don't fit this system and maybe you'll find a better home elsewhere. If New York can part ways with Benijah, then I really just Shamika said facts. Wings ain't got it. They getting their wings clipped tonight. It's not happening. I don't think it's happening. Something beautiful will have to happen again. They got Alicia Clark. Alicia Clark's healthy. She's a impactful player. You can't count on her to do anything great, but you can count on her to be at the right place at the right time. And she just makes great plays. Shout out to her from Middle Tennessee. I mean, ain't a lot of people from Middle Tennessee that's been in the WNBA for over 10 years. And got 2 rings. Cause she did win a ring with the Aces. AZ Fudd, she did, right? I'm hoping I ain't lying on that. AZ Fudd is out. Isaiah James is out. I guess they got Haley Jones. So Enrique gonna have to have a pretty decent game. I would say his second best game outside of Paige. Maddie gonna have to have a strong game. Alana Smith, strong game. What if is he gonna play Suge? Who knows? Verona is out, right? So he gonna probably play 7 people, big minutes, and that's tough against a team like Golden State. I think the Wings are burnt. Better luck next year. I think so too. I think it's over with. I think injuries set them down early, and losing very winnable games. Over with. Some notable free agents from passing through. Okay, shout out to the open court. Shout out to open court. Fee, Kelsey, Mitchell, Kelsey, Plum, Nneka, Nalissa, Dejanay. Now, why you putting Nalissa and Dejanay next to each other? You trying to start stuff. Awak, Kayla Thornton, and Jackie Young. Jackie Young better sit her black self down. And Nalissa. Both of them. Sit down. Need you both. Sit down. Sit down. Y'all trying to give me heart palpitations. Jackie ain't going nowhere. She got Vegas tatted on her heart. She can't go nowhere. I told Jackie, I said, if you leave Vegas, I'm going to break your ankles. I didn't tell her that because I'm nice. But in reality, it will break my heart. Okay? It will break my heart to see Jackie leave. Don't say that. Don't say she gone. I don't like your thinking cap to close the show right now, Mrs. Brendan A. I don't like your thinking cap right now. You said I think she gone from Vegas. Don't say that. Y'all supposed to talk nice to me on the way out. Jackie to the Mystics. Passing through want to get everybody on his team. Jackie to the Mystics will be legendary. Let's do it. Y'all just got Benijah. That ain't the same, I understand. But y'all, now, what I want for the Mystics is Kelsey Mitchell. That's what I want for the Mystics. That's what I want for the Mystics. Y'all got Benijah. Get Kelsey. Y'all got a top 5 team next year. Oh, now why you come in at the end of the episode like this? This ain't a race thing. If Caitlin Clark was African Americana, we would really be on her behind. You know how we talk about Angel sometimes? We don't give Angel no passes just because she kinfolk. Sometimes we be smoking Angel sometimes and be like, dog, I love you. That's just tough love. I'm on you. It would be even worse for Caitlin. Respectfully. I don't talk about Caitlin enough. Or a lot, I would say. I try to be, when I do talk about her, I really just try to solely try to keep it basketball. And I just try to just stay on the game, just be black and white as far as, was she doing well? Was she not doing well? And that's with everybody, right? Greg said that's BS. You for real though. You got to see barbershop talk or salon talk. We don't be giving these people no inches. Love you down though. On your heels though. Because want the best from you. Or for you. Or both. But to a certain extent, I see what you're saying. Angel Reese got haters as black. I'm talking about big haters. Big haters. And even supporters that won't. Sometimes I'll be like, dang, just let up. Like, every time I talk about Atlanta, I don't talk about Angel Reese missing layups or all the bad things or whatever the case. I'd be like, man, whatever. We already know what we know, and we can just talk that out. We just all talked out about that. But we would give her a whole lot more grace if she wasn't with us. For real, though. It would be like, you know what? She's so what? She blow. Everybody blows layups. For a while, forget them, Billy. Caitlin was kinfolk. I'd be like, not only is that defense broke, okay, but these turnovers, dog, nasty work. But I give her a little grace because I understand that she missed practically a whole second season. So I'll be on her, but not for real. I love Kelsey Mitchell, but I need Jackie defense and playmaking. Kelsey Mitchell don't play no. She play defense sometimes, only in crunch time, but she don't be playing no defense for real. I will say she will try sometimes, but like it ain't consistent effort for me when it comes to Kelsey Mitchell, her defense. I wish Kelsey would explore free agency, but I think she's gonna stick with the Fever. I think so too. I wonder where she goes to college. Maybe it's a collegiate thing because she's studying for her PhD or something like that. Either first PhD or second master's. This is one of the two. That being said, I think maybe she like just so super comfortable and adjusted and locked in with college, and especially if it's not just virtual, if you got to pull up on campus and all that, like maybe it's one of those things. Maybe you could just love Indiana. I can't see you loving Indiana that much. not that much where you would like forego the opportunity to like play in LA. Well, I wouldn't want LA taxes, so maybe it's a tax savings. Maybe Indiana taxes is so low. You know, the Midwest area, a whole lot of people migrating from the South and from the West Coast to be in the Midwest because of affordability. If Jackie leave the Aces, y'all gonna replace her with Kelsey Mitchell, so y'all be fine. But no, we won't, because that defense, we won't be fine. And Kelsey is smaller than Jackie. I won't be fine. I won't be fine. Stop saying that. Well, I'm not even gonna say it no more. Y'all can put it in the chat as much as y'all want. I won't say it out loud. Anything about Jackie Young not being on the Aces, I won't say it out loud. I won't say it out loud. Anybody else got some more final thoughts before we conclude this episode? Man, it's been a great episode again. Each and every week, I'm gonna try to continue to add increase the production and stability of the stream and things like that. I'm incorporating different equipment and all that. Y'all know, if y'all don't know, if y'all new here, if y'all true here, I have a degree in audio, so video and audio is dear to me. So I've been doing my part, doing my research to make sure that I am adjusting to ensure that we have the best quality production that I can control on my end. Now, sometimes technology and with the internet and storms and stuff like that. Like last week, I was glitching, but this past Friday, I was glitching in and out, but we had storms. So some things are out of my control, but I do really, really work hard to make sure that y'all have a great experience when y'all tune in live. So I definitely appreciate y'all again each and every week. We do this every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. It's been a while since I've had 2 episodes in a week, because all of August, I went down to Monday to prepare for this move and this transition. So I don't even have my updated graphics in there that show you I'm live every Monday and Friday. So pull up on Friday at 6 p.m. Right? Well, we're going to do this again. Tap into her core, her rules, tap into the WNBA, see what's going on around the league. And then, of course, every episode, we ask y'all one big question, and we focus that episode around that question. So y'all know, again, if y'all new here, y'all true here, this is how we vibe over here. It's always love, always community. Again, even if you are a fan of somebody that they might not be on my top 5 list, doesn't matter. Your voice is welcome. And even if you have a comment that I don't necessarily prefer, I'm still gonna at least hear you out. I'm cool with that. This is not for everybody to agree, but this is for everybody to have a nice conversation, wholesome conversation about it without people getting in a tizzy about it. Listen, you might not like something I say. I might not like something you put in the chat about one of my players or one of my teams or whatever the case, or you disagree with me, that's fine. But guess what? We had a conversation about it, and we all came here for love of WNBA and love of women's basketball. So again, I appreciate y'all. Mic drop. Appreciate y'all. Shamika said the production quality is top tier. I see you. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you for the recognition. Appreciate y'all, man. This has been a fantastic stream. I mean, every stream is. So this stream ain't no different than no other stream. But again, been a great stream with y'all. Great people. I got jewels for the first time. I got three jewels. I done got all type of jewels. So appreciate y'all again. Be sure to consider becoming a member of this amazing broadcast and this amazing basketball community. Again, it's been real. Y'all make sure y'all see me right here on Friday at 6 p.m. We're gonna spin a block and do it all again. We don't know. I tonight, y'all let me know who y'all got tonight. Y'all been asking me. I'm gonna ask y'all who y'all got tonight between the Wings and the Valkyries. Okay, we got some more games leading up this week. We got on Friday, we gonna probably break down this Mystics and Lynx game. Shout out to Shamika for a few more jewels, 200 jewels. We in a flow state. Oh, I love the flow state. I love that. Just let it go, let it flow, y'all. So yeah, y'all pull up on Friday. We got a lot more to discuss. It's a lot of great basketball this week. So I bid y'all farewell. Y'all already know what the vibes. Y'all already know what the league read, and y'all already know how we doing, man. Make sure y'all free y'all mind, free y'all lens, and don't forget peace and freedom. I'll see y'all on the flip.